The tornado warning right now, just to update you, is for Harrison and Jackson County. It is Doppler radar indicated, and it is tracking towards Biloxi. It will be in Biloxi soon. Once it crosses this line, it'll be in Jackson County, and we are on television in Jackson County in some locations. So this is a county that we're responsible for from a coverage perspective. And looking at it right there, it's not super well defined, the rotation area. It's not as defined as it was earlier. This is going to be an issue. The squall line that we have, the rotation areas along that squall line, they can be brief, they can be hard to find. And so we may have some warnings that don't verify. We may have some warnings that do verify. We may have some areas where a tornado forms so quickly that we never even see a warning. Anything is possible along the squall line tonight with this level 3 and 4 risk zone for severe weather in our area. We have team coverage going on right now here on Fox 10 News. I'm not by myself. I've got meteorologist Nicholas Herboso, thankfully, running the radar. And Nicholas, what are you seeing with this line here? It is quickly moving into the forecast area.
Quickly moving and also quickly evolving. I'll tell you, with a very quick little spin up right near Gulfport here. This warning was issued by the National Weather Service in New Orleans at Slidell. They issued that warning for Harrison County and then Jackson County, which of course, as Jason mentioning, we do cover as well. This part of the line taking a second to get through there, moving off to the east at around 40 miles per hour there. Going to be impacting Biloxi and D'Iberville really soon. And Biloxi and D'Iberville are in the tornado warning, even though as of the last scan here, it does not look like the rotation is as potent as it was before. However, we do note that the tornado warning continues for southern Jackson County in Mississippi. This is south of Van Cleve. Van Cleve is not included in the warning. Hickory Hills along Interstate 10, Moss Point, Gaucher, Gulf Park Estates, and of course Pascagoula, all included in this tornado warning because of a quick spin-up tornado that is located just off to the west there of this. And actually keeping an eye on the National Weather Service discussion here from New Orleans. Right now, not seeing much. They just decided to issue this tornado warning because of this quick spin-up tornado. So again, we are focused right now on Jackson County, Mississippi, southern Jackson County in Mississippi. However, if we pull out and look at a bigger picture, I'm monitoring the Facebook comments right now as well. We are live on Facebook Live, as we typically are during our severe weather coverage, getting some questions about Mobile County. If you're in southern Mobile County, technically you are down the line from this tornado warning. However, these are very short-lived spin-up tornadoes that happen in the line. Therefore, we are not seeing much at all, or it may not be holding together by the time it gets towards Mobile County. We may not see much at all at that point, or we could have a severe thunderstorm warning that is issued. These are just going to take a second. They're going to be quickly evolving as they approach Mobile County. If you're in Irvington, Bayou Battery, Codan, who had a really rough storm earlier, getting points north all the way up to Midtown Mobile, downtown Mobile, West Mobile, all the way up to Sims as well. Right now you're quiet, but the squall line is just off to our west. It'll be approaching very soon. Overall, the squall line seems to be moving around 40 miles per hour, with some places moving slower. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued for George County, including portions of Lucedale and including portions of Mobile County as well. It's interesting, the official forward speed on this warning is actually 20 miles per hour and not 40 miles per hour. But that would take it into Mobile County relatively soon. Getting some questions, Jennifer, about Lucedale and Leakesville here, and Jessica as well asking in the Facebook comments. Lucedale right now, the main part of the squall line is leaving you at this moment. You'll still have some very heavy rain. Also, this is a severe warned portion of the line with some little notches along there. You see how that's not a very smooth line, how these little kinks in the line, something we're going to be watching very soon here. Moving up from Lucedale, heading over to Leakesville, we have rain that is falling right now, heavy rain, but the main part of the squall line, see this red band, this has passed. It is now entering Washington County in the far, far northwestern corner of Mobile County. So that's where our severe thunderstorm warnings are at this moment. We also have a bronze severe thunderstorm warning that includes Clark County and northern Washington County. We're going to be keeping a close eye on this segment. This is a Boeing segment as you can see here near Frankville, just to the east of Millery. Millery, you're under a warning earlier. This is all pushing off to the east. So look at the big picture once again. We have a squall line that is working through our area right now, and this will be pushing through our entire area. It's going to take some time to get to Mobile. It's going to take some time to get to the eastern shore. It's going to take some time to get to Pensacola. This will be an overnight event, and we want you to keep staying updated. Make sure you have a way to get alerts later on this evening and overnight tonight, as we could have more warnings that are issued, including the current tornado warning that we have issued. This tornado warning continues until just a little bit here for Jackson County. We have a new tornado warning that has just been issued now. This is for our supercell thunderstorm that is now in Conecuh County. Jason, new tornado warning issued by NWS Mobile.
That's right, Conecuh and also Monroe County now under a tornado warning, and this is going to be an active night. So we're going to see breaking weather news. So we have some breaking weather news to bring you right now, and that is a possible tornado indicated by radar here, right on the Conecuh County, Escambia County line, lifting to the north up towards Repton. And so there is a tornado possibly tracking basically north or a little to the northeast here in Conecuh County, and it may end up in parts of Monroe County as it moves on off towards, and there it is, that next volume scan, tightening up the circulation there. This is a tornado that is about 12 miles southeast of Frisco City. And so it's off to the southeast of Frisco City. It is moving up through range. It's basically right in range right now. This possible tornado along Range Road, and it's going to be traveling north up Highway 41. The forward motion, it's moving north at 30 miles an hour. This is our area of rotation, and this has been a rotating thunderstorm for a while. We just checked it for debris, not seeing any yet, thankfully, but we do have some fairly substantial rotation going on right there along Highway 41 between Range and Repton, and this is in Conecuh County. So it just crossed over into Conecuh County from Escambia County. We've got a tornado warning here that is active for our area. We've had a couple of warnings. We've got two right now on the board, one for Jackson County, Mississippi. The other one here is for parts of Conecuh County and Monroe County. The warned area is within the red box. So if you're in Monroeville, you're not under a tornado warning. If you're in Frisco City, you're not in a tornado warning. But if you're in Belleville, Brantley Crossing, Repton, Lenox, and Range, you are in a tornado warning. And this is for the red outline box. Possible tornado located right there near Range, moving up through Repton. And this is going to be a little to the northwest of Janes Mill in Conecuh County. And it looks like it's going to continue traveling up towards Monroe County as it moves to the north, maybe a little east of due north. And that's the circulation right there on our inbound, outbound velocity. We can look inside a storm. We can see rain. We can also see what direction the raindrops are moving. In this case, towards the radar, away from the radar, right next to each other. We've got enough shear for there to be a possible tornado in this area. It is Doppler radar indicated now, but as the circulation is tightening, it's possible that we may be getting a tornado down on the ground. Range Road right here, Highway 41, lifting to the north, you are under a tornado warning. Back over to our Mississippi warning. Want to catch you up to speed on that too. Don't want to let our guard down for places in Jackson County. We've been watching this one. It does not stand out as a well-defined rotation area right now. Nicholas agrees with me. He kind of gave me the nod that it doesn't look like there is a tornado there. Did they just drop that warning? Yeah,
that's dropped.
They just dropped the tornado warning for Jackson County. So the only tornado warning we have on the board is for the Range tornado here. It's a little on the west side of Range, and it's going to be moving basically right up across and along Highway 41. Lenox, you're included in it. It's going to be the west side of Lenox. Where we see the rotation, we don't see anything that stands out as debris, but keep in mind, this one's a pretty good ways away from the radar, so it may not actually show up with a debris signature being that far away. It's also so far away that we're kind of looking up in the mid and upper level portion of the storm. We may not have a true depiction of what's going on on the ground, Nicholas.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, so far with what we've seen today, this is the most impressive circulation that we have seen on radar so far. See the reds and greens that are right next to each other there, a clear indication of a circulation there. This is actually, it looks like we have a new tornado warning that might be issued here. Let me just quickly stretch out. Okay, so we have a couple other tornado warnings. So let me go ahead and break this down real quick. We have a tornado warning in Conecuh County right now near range. That'll be moving north towards Repton. That tornado warning, if you are in Repton and you need to seek shelter, interior room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. Do not want to be near windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible, because this circulation is rather impressive. We have a new tornado warning that has just been issued. This one is in the squall line. This one is for George County and eventually Mobile County. This is going to be a Mobile County tornado warning. Here is the new polygon. Here's the information on the warning right now. This warning is valid until 11 p.m. for George County and Mobile County. This is a radar indicated tornado. This is strengthening circulation that is located right now just northeast of Agricola in George County, moving into Mobile County. The forward motion on this storm looks to be east at around 30 miles per hour. This is the storm that just came out of Loosedale. Now it's going to be rolling into Mobile County. Folks near Shipman right now, the urgent call to action for you, make sure you are in an interior room away from windows, as the circulation is near you. You are likely getting heavy rain and wind. So Moffett, 98. Wilmer, just north of Wilmer. If you are in Chunchula, Georgetown, and want you to seek shelter immediately in an interior room away from windows, Wilmer Georgetown Road near Georgetown, north of Highway 98, is in the polygon right now. You are out if you are in Sims. Sims is not in this warning. Cushla is not in this warning. Gulf Crest is on the far corner of this warning here. That is the tornado warning once again in Mobile County and in George County. The storm exiting George County at this moment, crossing the state line and getting into Mobile County here. It looks like there is some broad rotation with this, Jason, but enough to trigger a warning, something that we're keeping on, especially because now this is moving into Mobile County, a more populated area.
Yeah, and as it's tracking to the east, it's going to go over the Escatawpa River, but some of the areas that are populated would be along Mason Ferry Road and also Wilmer Georgetown Road. So where Wilmer Georgetown comes up to Georgetown proper, and then Mason Ferry kind of comes off of it and heads back over towards the Escatawpa and heads west back towards Mississippi. Those are areas that we're concerned about. Moffett is essentially the state line right here near Escatawpa Hollow Campground. That is now a state county-run campground there on the Escatawpa River. And then Wilmer also may be included in this warning. This is, again, one of these kind of needle in a haystack things. Hard to find the actual area of rotation that may be causing this, but where it does show up, if you look at it on reflectivity, Nicholas, you can actually see the structure of the storm. And right here, there's just a little notch right there. And so your possible tornado would be right in that notch, and it's tracking to the east. And so that's going to bring it across the state line shortly. Here comes the new scan, and you can see it updating there. So it looks like where this rotation is going to be crossing the state line essentially right now. Back to our possible range tornado. Still some rotation here.
Rather strong rotation.
Right, strong rotation on Highway 41 or County Road 41 here, just north of 65. Range is located about right there. This is moving to the north at about 30 miles an hour, and this is some pretty strong rotation. We've got it on the storm relative velocity there. And you can see it tracking north. We're going to put up a forecast track here. It should be in the Repton area by 10:48. So breaking weather news, we've got a tornado warning in Conecuh County. It also includes parts of Monroe County. We also have a tornado warning for Mobile County and George County for a cell moving out of George County, crossing the state line right now and moving into Mobile County, headed towards the Georgetown area as well as Wilmer. And then we have a tornado warning earlier along the Mississippi coast, but along the squall line, we're under a severe thunderstorm warning from Washington County almost all the way down to the south into West Mobile. This big orange box here, Clark County, Washington County, Northern Baldwin, Mobile County, everybody's under severe thunderstorm warning for this line coming through. Then within the line, while any point in the line can produce damaging winds. If you're in a severe thunderstorm warning, you have the potential of damaging winds imminently occurring in your area. But along that squall line, you also have the possibility of a tornado right here along Highway 98 at the Escatawpa River in Mobile County and tracking into Mobile County as it moves east at 40. So those are the two tornado warnings, one here, and then there's your squall line. And I want to tell you about the squall line. So we've been saying, what is the squall line? Well, it's just an elongated area of showers and thunderstorms, and they can be strong to severe. In this case, they are. But once the leading edge moves through, you're actually going to be better off. I know there'll still be some heavy rain and some embedded lightning, but places like Leakesville, you're going clear for the potential of severe weather. If you're in Sand Hill, some of those areas. So you have to deal with the squall line. And then once you do, once you've seen that leading edge of it and the first couple of miles of it, then you start to see a better situation as far as the severe weather threat. This is a fairly impressive circulation that's right there along the Mississippi-Alabama line. Your possible tornado is going to be right there near Latonia, which is on the line. And there's your rotation area that Nicholas is highlighting here with the storm base warning and the track at about 30 miles an hour. That would have it in Georgetown at 10:52. It looks like this is going to be a close call for Mason Ferry Road and for Wilmer Georgetown Road, which runs like this between Wilmer and Georgetown. You've got a fairly well-populated area, a lot of houses along Wilmer Georgetown Road, also a lot of houses out Mason Ferry, too. So both of these two locations we're watching for some rotation. It'll be a really close call. If it moves a little north, it may actually go right over Georgetown. So this will be a concern here. Chunchula, you are also in the path of this potential storm. Cushla, you may be a little south, but anywhere along Highway 45 in the Smithtown community, between Mauvilla and Chunchula Georgetown Road, you are seeing the possibility of a tornado. This is a TDS. This is a tornado debris signature. We're seeing it unfolding here on radar right now. So this is likely a tornado on the ground that is occurring over the Escatawpa River right here in the state line area of Mississippi and Alabama, getting into Mobile County. I would say this is a Doppler radar confirmed tornado right now based on what we're seeing right now. And there's usually a little delay between when we see the rotation area and when we see the debris. This is a product on dual pole radar called correlation coefficient, and it can see where you just have plain rain and then where you have something else. It can get real noisy in other places as well, but if you see an embedded area with rain where you have rotation and then you get a signature like that, that is a debris ball. So Grant Road, Jones Road, this is Blewett-Tanner Road too. This may go right over Blewett-Tanner. Mason Ferry is a little further to the north, so based on what we're seeing with this debris signature, Howard Morris Road, Blewett-Tanner Road, Jones Road, and Grant Road. This is going to be just north of Moffett, just north of Highway 98, some of the roads that lead north of Wilmer. We have a possible tornado heading your way. There are a number of houses and homes up Blewett-Tanner at least to a point, and then it's all timberland north of there. We've got Howard Morris Road. We've got Weaver Road. You are in the path of this possible tornado. And so this is actually a confirmed tornado here. This isn't just a possible tornado. If we look at it here on our debris tracker, we can actually see it. And what Nicholas has done here is he's just taken some of the data off so you can actually see some of the locations, some of these ponds. There's some houses here around Grant Road. There is a fairly unpopulated area here, a couple of big timber blocks there. And then along Blewett-Tanner, there are some homes, especially on the southern end of it, right in this particular location here, anywhere up Blewett-Tanner, which is a county maintained road for a while. Once it gets up here around MacDill Lane, that's all out in the boonies, basically. This is Howard Morris Road there, and also you get closer down around Deer Ridge. These are areas that are closer to Moffett, and that's where we have more and more homes and places that could be impacted. Once it gets over to Wilmer Georgetown, there's neighborhoods here. So you got Jack Williams Road right here. You are included in this warning. Charlie Williams Road as well. Further to the south here, up around Georgetown, you've got Bohannon Road that comes in, Chunchula, Georgetown Road. If we mention your road, these are areas where you've got a possible tornado that's Doppler radar confirmed that's heading your way. We continue to see this debris signature showing up. It's interesting that while we do have some rotation here, it's not going to be a perfectly well-defined couplet because it's embedded in a squall line. So that's why it looks the way it does. But we do have a debris signature with it, and it looks like that debris signature is going to be just north of the Escatawpa Hollow campground. That is the county-run campground, the new campground on the Escatawpa River. That is actually located on the south side of Highway 98. And the TDS is starting to weaken a little bit according to the National Weather Service, but there's still a vigorous circulation. So this may be a brief spin-up tornado. We'll keep monitoring it. Back to our tornado here in Conecuh County around the range area. It's up north of range and it's almost to Repton right there. Still seeing rotation there. We don't see any debris. It is a long ways away from the radar though. Checking it out, there is your possible rotation area here, moving up Highway 41 towards Repton in Conecuh County, and if it holds together, ultimately it could end up at far eastern Monroe County. I do think it'll stay east of Hall's Crossroads, Excel, Frisco, and also Monroeville. And so that's embedded within, this is the kind of tornado you would never be able to see coming because it's embedded within very heavy rain here. And this is likely a severe thunderstorm if it's not a tornado with the wind we have going on right there, especially in the Lenox area and around Repton. Some pretty strong velocity returns there. And there's a very high level of reflectivity also. So it's enshrouded and wrapped in a very heavy rain core up here in Monroe County. All right, so here's our squall line. It starts up around Thomasville, extends down to Jackson, extends down here into Washington County, right along the Tombigbee River, and then it begins to bend back over into Mississippi and Jackson County. This entire squall line right here is going to move across the area tonight. It's going to do so very rapidly. It's moving to the east at about 30 to 40 miles an hour. We're on guard for a possible tornado in Mobile County. It looks like they've shrunk the warning back just a little here.
A little notch on that.
Yeah, there's a little notch right there. And so I'll let Nicholas talk more about that. Sometimes when we have these difficult to see rotation areas, we have to go to reflectivity and just find the notch. And it's interesting that around that notch, that's where we saw that debris signature.
Yeah, so it looks like this thing seems to be cycling. Again, to get our bearings, this is heading towards the Georgetown community near Wilmer-Georgetown Road as well. I'm actually going to zoom in really tight for just a second. Hate to move the map that much, but there's your circulation, and this is an imminent thing for Georgetown, Jack Williams Road, Alabama 217. I'm going to call out some really small roads here. Hubert Morris Road, Bohannon Road, Addie Rogers Road. This is an imminent tornado threat for you. You see that circulation there? You need to be hitting the deck now. I'm talking interior room away from windows as quickly as possible. If you are in the Georgetown community, this thing is moving through right now. It's going to be crossing Wilmer-Georgetown Road very, very soon, then crossing Alabama 217. Then John Smith Road will be one of the roads that gets to us next here. Then eventually Highway 45, Chunchula. I want to give you a heads up to this one. If you are in Chunchula, you're technically in the warning. You need to be ready to seek shelter just in case this thing does hold together. Smithtown as well, you need to be in your safe place as well. Again, it looks like we had an earlier radar confirmed tornado, might be cycling at this point, but a pretty strong rotation couplet on reflectivity and on and it looks like we might have more debris again. But this thing is headed. Yes, Williams Feed Store.
Yeah, that's a business that supplies agricultural products for that area. A lot of the agriculture that happens in that area, and so it looks like that's where that debris signature is. Actually, very close to Williams Feed Store, right where Jack Williams comes into Wilmer Georgetown Road, and it's tracking into Georgetown. Looks like there's a Dollar General in Georgetown. It's going to be a real close call for that Dollar General store as well. And there's a hardware store in Georgetown also, and a Chevron right there.
Yeah, so I remember actually, if you remember not too long ago, Georgetown, Chanchula, Georgetown area got hit by another tornado, a quick spin-up tornado. So again, the Georgetown area in threat for what looks to be a radar-confirmed tornado. Again, about to cross Wilmer Georgetown Road, probably Alabama 217 very, very soon here. If you know anybody in this area, you need to make sure that they are sheltered right now. I want to quickly zoom out and tell you who's in, who's out. If you're in Citronelle, you're getting some really rough thunderstorms right now, but you're out of the tornado warning. Chastang, all the way down 43 Salco axis. We're going to keep an eye on this, but technically at this moment, you're out of the tornado warning. Satsuma, Saraland, Chickasaw, we're also out of the tornado warning. Sims is out of the tornado warning at this moment. Spring Hill is out of the tornado warning. Magnolia Grove as well. USA Campus is not in the tornado warning, and the airport is not in the tornado warning. Downtown Mobile is not in the tornado warning as well. Leroy Stevens not in the tornado warning. This is specifically a Georgetown issue for us here with likely radar-confirmed tornado that is going to be moving off to the east here and actually going to be crossing Alabama 217 really soon. Going to go ahead and remove the latest note for the National Weather Service in Mobile. They said they're going to remove the confirmed tag on the Mobile County warning at this moment. However, remember, earlier we did have a tornado that appeared to be on the ground. We are waiting for our latest scan. So again, we have a likely tornado, strong circulation, that is crossing Wilmer Georgetown Road and crossing Alabama 217 in the Georgetown community right now. Chanchula needs to be sheltered at this moment as well. And if you're along Highway 45 south of Roberts Road in Chanchula, I'd go ahead and get sheltered as well as you have this circulation that is coming your way.
Okay, so very robust circulation, but we are not seeing a tornado debris signature right now, although that is suspicious right there, Nicholas.
It's a mess. It's a little bit of a mess there. We go back to kind of show the debris signature back in time here.
Yeah, we can loop that, and sometimes there's still stuff aloft. Even if you had a tornado earlier, say here around Latonia, there still could be some debris aloft that's kind of blowing around up in the clouds too. Hopefully that's what's going on and this thing's not on the ground, but if it is, it's going to be really close to where Charlie Williams Road comes into Georgetown Wilmer Road, and then it's quickly going to move into Georgetown. It's probably already there.
Yes.
There may be a little delay between where the radar says things are and then where it actually is occurring. And you can have a couple of minutes of delay. That's normal. But we have the warning out, and you have been briefed on this, and that does include the Chanchula area, the Georgetown area. You've got a road between Georgetown and Chanchula, Georgetown Road. There are some neighborhoods and communities and a lot of houses along that particular road as well. And then you got Hubert Morris Road, which we've mentioned, which is a little south of Chanchula, Georgetown Road. You got Bohannon Road here too. These are all areas that are included in this warning. There's still a little bit of a notch there. It's not as well defined as it was earlier, but that is the active warning right now for Mobile County. We also could see hail of about 3/4 of an inch in diameter within the vicinity of that possible tornado. We continue a tornado warning here in Conecuh County. It's not as well defined as it was earlier, but definitely got an intense thunderstorm going on. It's going to be right here in the Repton area. It's tracking up towards Burnt Corn, which is right on the Conecuh County and the Monroe County line. It looks like it's a little to the east of Monroeville and Excel, but we've got very heavy rain within this. We can see some small hail. We also have some lightning strikes going on in Monroe County. And if you're elsewhere in the area and you're not in these two tornado warned storms, you're probably under a severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a monster severe thunderstorm warning from about Mobile Regional Airport in Mobile County all the way up to Thomasville, Nicholas.
I'm monitoring the Facebook comments right now, and I want to make something clear about this squall line and for those that are in Georgetown and right ahead of this squall line. For the moments right before the squall line hits you, before the tornadic circulation hits you, if you're in Georgetown, at any point, it is actually going to feel pretty quiet outside. But you do not need to be outside looking at this thing. You're not going to be able to see it. They're quick spin up tornadoes. So this thing will hit very quickly. The rain will get bad really quickly. The wind will get bad really quickly. And the main part of the squall line will pull through. You've seen squall lines pass through before. It's nothing, and then suddenly it's something. And that's just how it goes. So don't want to be outside looking at this thing right now. Again, our focus right now is northern Mobile County, Georgetown, and eventually Chunchtula here, with a rather impressive little hook signature being indicated right now. We have a new scan in from the radar. This thing is past Georgetown at this point. Now going to be heading towards John Smith Road, Highway 45, south of Georgetown, and Walter Moore Road. That'll be crossing 45 very soon. That is that main circulation point there. To point it out here, this is that main circulation area. See that notch? You see that shape there? That is where we have that rotation. It's not the strongest, but it's enough to keep that tornado warning going. It's going to be crossing 45 very, very shortly, Jason.
Yeah, it's coming across John Shin Road there, and that is a road that leads to the south of Chunchtula, Georgetown Road, and it is paved for a pretty good ways now. Evans Road is also included in this and is tracking towards Smithtown. The current circulation is right over Bohannon Road. It looks like it has cleared the Williams Feed Store there on Charlie Williams Road. Areas along Wilmer Georgetown Road, you are now just to the west of the circulation, so it may have passed over your area. It looks like it's now on the east side of Lott Road. This is the hook signature right here that is showing up. There's rotation within that as well. We do not see a substantial debris situation right this minute, but that could change at any time. This may be dropping back down. It looks like we had a tornado debris signature here, and then it's back. So it did just pop back up around Georgetown. It looks like we have some debris going on. Hubert Morris Road, that's one of the ones we mentioned. Bohannon Road, we've got a TDS over this area now. Probably just got hit by a tornado. The tornado is going to be just ahead of that tornado debris signature. It is tracking towards John Shin Road, so south of Chunchtula, Georgetown. It looks like it'll continue to stay just south of Chunchtula, Georgetown Road. This possible tornado may go right over John Shin and Old Citronelle Highway too, which comes down off of Chunchtula, Georgetown Road and leads back into Highway 45. There's another road in here, Chunchtula Landfill Road also, that may be impacted. It looks like it'll be a little north of Waterall Road, which is down into Smithtown. And then, yeah, here's a look at it here. You've got your rotation going on right there around Georgetown. It is moving to the east. It's moving to the east. So I'm looking at the chat, and it says they're canceling the Monroe and Connecticut warning has been canceled.
I wanted to mention that as well, Jason.
Yeah, range in Repton, that warning was dropped, but this has not been canceled. This has been renewed.
Expanded. Yes, renewed now. So
we got
again,
a new tornado debris signature here in Mobile County for the Georgetown tornado.
So yeah, again, just to kind of recap what's going on here, that Repton tornado, Connecticut County, Monroe County, you still have a strong thunderstorm, but you don't have to be in your safe place anymore. It's just a strong thunderstorm. We're going to direct our attention right now to our one tornado warning that is on the board. That is the one that just went through Georgetown, and we'll zoom into it now because we have a new tornado warning that has just been issued, and this is actually going to expand into Baldwin County. So here's our new polygon. Let's talk about who's in, who's out, and how long this goes. This is an observed, by radar observed tornado warning here until 11:15 p.m. Now, I mentioned this earlier, now Satsuma, Saraland, you are included in this warning. Places that are not included, I'm going to have to zoom in here and we'll kind of go around the warning and take a look at the polygon. So it clips the northern side of Saraland. If you are along Celeste Road in Saraland and north of Celeste Road, you need to go ahead and seek shelter. If you're in Satsuma High School, if y'all just got a warning in Saraland, Satsuma, if y'all got that warning on your phone, that phone has it geolocated right to your location. That means you are in that polygon. Go ahead and take shelter right now. Saraland High School is not in this warning. Chickasaw is not in this warning. 8 Mile is not in this warning. Anywhere south of Alabama 217, including Sims, is not in this warning. The polygon is for Saraland, points north up to Saxis and Salco along Highway 43. Overall, this storm has been cycling and producing occasional tornadoes, kind of up and down, it really feels like, with this thing. We've had debris signature down, debris signature up. We've had the hooks on radar. So again, this thing going to be crossing Celeste Road and a little bit here, eventually heading towards Highway 43, Interstate 65. If it does hold together, Satsuma, Axis, Satsuma High School, Saraland, along Celeste Road, Smithtown, all need to be on the small room, lowest floor near the center, and away from windows. Jason?
All right, so updating you right now, one active tornado warning in our area, possible tornado with debris around Georgetown tracking east towards Highway 45 across John Shin Road. Making out the debris, most likely it's right in through here. We may be seeing something that's a system that's producing a brief spin up tornado. It will touch down, it will lift up, it'll touch back down again potentially. And we've seen it definitely touch down, we think, twice. There's still potentially some debris aloft over Lot Road. Now, your actual tornado is going to be about right here over John Shin Road. It may clip Old Citronelle Highway and intersect around Highway 45 north of Waterall Road. It's going to continue up, and there may be a little more of a northerly component to this than what's being shown in the forecast track based on the debris signature that has tracked from here up to here. If you follow it, maybe across the northern part of the fan and the Chunchula area, east of the Chunchula area, you get over towards Callioca Road, maybe on the north side of Saraland. That'll be an area to watch out for there. And then a little further over, ultimately Highway 43. You're probably getting the alert if you're located along the Hurricane Crossroads area and Highway 225 in Baldwin County, especially if you're out towards Kilcrease Road here. This thing's still a pretty good ways off, but it won't take long to get here. It's probably more likely to come up across the Dolly Parton Bridge area of Interstate 65. Here's a look at it. Satsuma by 1122, Salco by 1125. So if it continues, it will make it over towards Highway 43. But right now it's in northern Mobile County. And again, here's another volume scan, and we don't see the debris. So we may be getting a brief spin-up tornado that has touched down, we think, twice now, once near the Escatawpa campground, and then again around Georgetown potentially. It is tracking to the east, the area of rotation that has caused this possible tornado. Right now, we do not have a confirmed TDS signature, but we still have the rotation that has caused that tornado to spin up. So let's look at the whole line here, just to give everybody an idea of where you stand. If you're in Greene County, Mississippi, the severe threat is over. If you're in George County, Mississippi, most of the severe threat is over. You're still in a severe thunderstorm warning, but most of the gusty winds are going to be along the leading edge. This leading edge is getting into the Mobile metro area now. Here it's crashing through Sims. We are looking at West Mobile. There's Mobile Regional Airport right there. And so there is a ton of lightning, some very heavy wind and rain. This is the most dangerous part of the storm, the leading edge of the squall line. Coming through the Orchard area right now, it's almost bearing down on Big Point. Still a little ways off from Midtown and downtown and Tillman's Corner, but it's really going to be a close call for Saraland for this possible tornado warning. And what Nicholas mentioned, Celeste Road, this is going to be the sweet spot, I think, for that warning, especially up Celeste Road some. There's Celeste Road right there. So if you look at Celeste Road, about even with Satsuma, the Celeste Road and Radcliffe Road area could be one of the locations that may be impacted by a possible tornado. So it's coming over from Smithtown. It's going to clip Callioca and then the north part of Callioca Road, almost where it hooks back into Highway 45. And then you've got Celeste Road right there. So these are areas that we're concerned that this brief spin-up tornado may touch back down, and you are under a tornado warning in this area. It does include Saraland proper, but the rotation may be a little north of the heart of Saraland. It's going to be on the northern part of town. Satsuma, you're pretty much in the crossroads for it. So when you get up here closer to Highway 43, Steel Creek area and up to Highway 43 in Satsuma, Dead Lake Marina, and then Salco, you're going to be included in this warning as it tracks to the east. And this thing is part of the situation we're going to continue to contend with. We're under a tornado watch, so conditions are favorable for tornadoes tonight. We're going to see some warnings through the late night hours. We're going to stay right here with you on Fox 10 with coverage, Nicholas.
Yeah, and I actually want to keep, Jason, you were working up the line. I'm going to keep doing what you were doing here and working up the line. So we talked about our tornado warning, including Saraland, Satsuma. Make sure you're sheltered. But for folks that are in, say, Mount Vernon right now, far northern Mobile County, places like Citronelle, you're getting heavy rain right now. This is a severe weather threat with a severe thunderstorm warning, not an imminent tornado threat for you. McIntosh along 43 also have heavy rain falling, possible gusty winds, but not an imminent tornado threat. Choctaw Bluff, now that we get ourselves into Clark County. Jackson, heavy rain falling at this moment. Wagerville as well. Severe thunderstorm warning for you. Again, not a tornado warning, a severe thunderstorm warning for you here in Jackson. Walker Springs, Suggsville, Grove Hill. This is along Highway 43 going north now all the way up to Thomasville. That is where the line is located right now. What you're getting right now if you're along Highway 43 is the squall line. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for you. This is going to be coming to Monroe County very soon. Places like northern Baldwin County will be seeing the squall line in the next hour or so. Also, places like Bay Minette eventually within the next hour or so going to be seeing this squall line as well. Bay Minette, heads up, you are downstream of the tornado warning. So if you are in Bay Minette, Stockton, I want you to kind of pay attention to this one very closely. We have our tornado warning right now that has crossed Highway 45 in Mobile County, just near Chunchula. It'll be crossing Celeste Road very soon, and then eventually Highway 43 in between Satsuma and Axis. If you're in Satsuma, you need to be sheltered at this time. Behind this, it's just light to moderate rain. So I'll zoom out again and kind of break this down. We have the strongest part of the line, including our tornado warning that is in Mobile, Washington, Clark counties, all the way up to almost Grove Hill, Thomasville here. Then we have a weaker part of the line, but still could produce some severe weather in Jackson County. This is pushing across our area. As Jason mentioned earlier, George County and Greene counties in Mississippi, severe weather threat pretty much over. If you are in Chatham, if you are in Coffeyville here, severe weather threat pretty much over at this time as well. Our severe weather threat is about to focus in on Mobile, on Satsuma, Saraland, Mount Vernon, those communities that eventually get into Baldwin County as well. I'm going to zoom in, take a look at this warning once again. We're going to take a look at some of our products just to see what's going on. If you're just joining us now, we have had an off and on confirmed tornado thanks to debris that we've been able to see on radar that has worked its way from the state line through Georgetown, crossed Alabama 217, then crossed Highway 45 there just south of Chunchula, and now is making its way just north of Satsuma and Axis and eventually Interstate 65. At this moment, it looks like the thing is getting just a little bit more messy. That means it might be weakening a little bit, but this particular storm, this particular circulation has been cycling up and down. So we'll be keeping an eye on that, of course, over the next little bit here. But if you are in Satsuma Axis right now, we want you to go ahead and be sheltered. Just taking a look, this is Satsuma High School that's located right here along 43. Of course, you have the main part of Satsuma there, zooming on into it next to the interchange there. And then if you go north on 43, Creola as well, along Old Highway 43 as well. Let's see, it's the I-65 service road, some of the exits there along I-65 near Satsuma as well, all in this tornado warning with this that is moving off to the east, so here around 30 miles per hour. So if you're on 43, make sure you are sheltered.
All right, so let's talk about some of the roads that may be impacted by this notch of the circulation here. And this is Satsuma right here. You got Creola as well. And the Radcliffe Road area on Celeste Road, you're going to be in line for possibly contending with this. There's Radcliffe Road there just north of Sandy Oaks. So it is tracking in your direction there in and around Celeste Road. You got Hatters Road too. Hatters Pond area may also be possibly impacted by this. Army Road, it may be a very close call for you as well, and it looks like it may be a little to the south of Salco Road, which is a little further up. That is another road that leads between Celeste Road and Highway 43. So when we're talking about a possible tornado warning for Celeste Road, we're specifically talking about the Army Road, Walter Moore Road, and Radcliffe Road areas here for this possible warning. Salco Road is going to be up on the far end there. So there's Salco Road right there. Here is that little notch I think we were tracking. It's kind of broken off. A little piece of it has broken off on that volume scan right there. But it does not match up with anything that's showing up as significant reflectivity. Checking the debris tracker here is now that we've gotten a little new information. Maybe something right there, but I don't really see anything that stands out as an obvious tornado debris signature. You would be looking for a bright ball within the rain there. So we may be okay as far as a tornado on the ground at this moment, but this has had a history of producing a tornado debris signature twice along its track in Mobile County. And so that's why we're warning you about the possibility of a tornado along Celeste Road from about Salco Road down to Radcliffe Road, that stretch of Celeste Road. If it maintains itself, it will continue out over the Mobile-Pensacola Delta. There is a small portion of Baldwin County that is included as well, but a lot of that is going to be up into the hurricane area here, and that's going to be up near the Basin area, and also looks like over towards Cliffs Landing that may be included with this also once it gets over here towards the hurricane area. So it's going to be in the Kilcrease area and up towards the Basin, as well as Cliffs Landing, and also a little further to the south there over the Pensacola Delta. Not a lot of houses right in through here. This is a fairly sparsely populated area because it's a river swamp. It floods easily and there's not any power there. So, but it is possible that this goes right over the Dolly Parton Bridge here on Interstate 65 as it crosses the Delta. It's most likely going to impact areas around Dead Lake Marina also once it gets over into the Creola Satsuma area. That we do not see a well-defined currently a well-defined circulation here, but that could change at any time. Heavy storms bearing down on far West Mobile County now, from Mobile Regional Airport to the West Out Airport, and also a little further to the north up towards the Stone Road area here. Real heavy rain going on there. That line continues with a severe thunderstorm warning up into Clark County. Further up, this is a warned area here, southern Clark County, Alma, Carlton, you're under severe thunderstorm warning. You're getting a pretty terrible thunderstorm that's almost made it to Gainestown and the Alabama River, so it's making progress. Washington County, the overall severe threat is lower. Still got a lot of heavy rain and lightning. Still got heavy rain and lightning in Greene County, but you are past the leading edge. We just had a report of some damage in Grove Hill from this line of storm. So we've had severe thunderstorm warnings, and there you go. Where this thing was bowing out right there, likely produced some gusty winds, and there is a report of some damage from one of the emergency managers in Grove Hill in Clark County right there. So this is going to continue to head over into Monroe County shortly. As is typical with a lot of these squall lines, they're not perfectly oriented from the south to the north. This one's running from the southwest here around Biloxi, kind of north-northeast all the way up to almost Monroe County. So the southern end of it has not made it to Grand Bay yet. It's currently not producing a tornado warning either, which is good, but it is bearing down on Grand Bay. Should be moving through the north side of Grand Bay here soon, within about the next 10 minutes. South side of Grand Bay looks like you're still about 20 minutes away. Mobile imminently experiencing the squall line from this severe thunderstorm. We are in a severe thunderstorm warning from near the I-65 area and Moffett Road northward across the entire northern half of Mobile County. Tracking the leading edge of the heaviest winds with their storm tracker. Nicholas has that up right now. We've got it in the Saraland area by 11:17, Stockton by 11:28. We've got it in Mobile by 11:42, so getting real close. Bay Minette by 11:45, and then by midnight or so over towards Pineville. Will this be going on at midnight? Definitely. We expect this to last most likely till about 3 or 4 a.m. this morning before this line really starts to weaken some. The further east it goes, it starts to run out of less favorable dynamics for severe weather, but there still are dynamics that favor some severe weather with this line as it approaches the Panhandle. Not a good situation to have such an active line of storms coming through here tonight. We're going to stay here with you on Fox 10 News. Checking in on the Celeste Road area. It looks like this is crossing Celeste Road now. We do not see a well-defined rotation area within the line there, Nicholas, so that is a more favorable sign. Do we have any updates from the National Weather Service on this tornado warning?
Not on the tornado warning in particular, but I do want to mention and address some of the questions that we've been getting. We are live on Facebook right now, by the way. So if you're watching us on Fox 10 News and want to tune in on Facebook, maybe ask some questions, I can see them right here. So please feel free to ask your questions. But I actually want to mention one, talking about specifically asking about the Gulf Crest community. But I want to talk about the evolution of this. What we saw was a radar-confirmed tornado earlier on. We look at the past history with our wind velocity, and what we can see here is there's your circulation that passed right through Georgetown. Gulf Crest is located up here. Here's Chunchula. Georgetown across 217, then eventually crossed Alabama Highway, or the Highway 45, excuse me, and is now making its way towards 43. So if you watch this in motion, you can actually see that little couplet that moves off to the east there, crosses 45, starts to weaken, and is now making its way to our current picture that we have as it approaches Satsuma. Again, as Jason just said, it looks like the rotation is weaker. However, we could still have something. So we just want to keep our eyes on that, make sure you're staying safe, honoring that polygon that has been issued, and make sure that you're in a safe place. Getting question, where in Georgetown did it touch down? Well, we saw some debris being lofted on radar at some points in Mobile County as it was crossing Alabama 217. So we're, of course, going to be checking that out, of course, in the next couple of days, like we've had with the past few days with the multiple radar-confirmed tornado warnings that we've had. National Weather Service is actually going to have to go out and take a look at some of these areas that we saw some radar-confirmed damage there. So taking a look overall, I wanted to kind of pull out the bigger picture. Since this rotation right now in that Satsuma storm is weakened, recommend you stay sheltered for now if you're in Satsuma, around the surrounding areas. But right now, the main squall line rolling through, weaker rotation near Satsuma at this point. Over the next few hours, let's go ahead and track this out. This thing's moving at about 30, 40 miles per hour. I'm going to do a huge squall track across the entire area, about an hour out here, and start to push this out. So to get some of the locations, again, Mobile, we're talking about 1117, 1120, that's downtown Mobile. Atmore, folks at Atmore, 11:42 p.m. Dauphin Island, 11:47. And the Gateswood community at around 11:54, and eventually Evergreen there around 12:10 a.m. So again, Mobile 12:17, Bay Minette 11:17, 11:23 in Bay Minette, 11:34 in Monroeville, 11:42 in Atmore. That is when the leading edge of the squall line gets to you. Now let's start to give some all clears for you. We can give a severe weather all clear for, and kind of zoom up the line here. Van Cleve, it should be ending for you very soon. Bendale, Loosedale, anywhere really in George County, Agricola, Shipman, we're pretty much ending that severe weather threat at this point. Hey, our friends in Greene County, we can end that threat overall. You are in the all clear as well. We have a new tornado warning has been issued. We'll check that in a second. Fruitdale, Chatham as well. Your threat seems to be ending at this point. Also, Coffeyville and Thomasville, your threat is ending. An update here to our tornado warning. It looks like we're going to let the tornado warning expire at 11:15 p.m. I want to see what this update is real quick.
That's going to be a new warning way up in Connecticut County.
Here.
Yeah.
So this is our old
Right
storm.
there.
This is our old storm that we were tracking earlier.
The Repton one.
And now it looks
Yep.
like it has gotten its act together again.
It's around Lifehaven right now, and it is getting its act together. It's a pretty good ways away from the radar site, but this is a very robust circulation near Fair Nelson and Lifehaven, and it's tracking across Highway 83. And so for a period here, this is going to be in far northern Connecticut County. It is not currently in Choctaw County, but it is heading in the direction of Butler County here once it crosses over around Grace. So Conecuh County, and then right here we've got Butler County, Alabama, and this is north of Evergreen. It's up Highway 83 north of Owassa, even around the Lothian area, and it looks like we've got a possible tornado there in Fair Nelson and Lothian, and is moving to the northeast here. So we've got a new tornado warning here. The tornado warning will be allowed to expire for the possible Celeste Road / Satsuma Creola tornado. So we're good there. Looks like our new focus is going to be on this one here, a possible radar indicated tornado here until 11:45. So we're going to continue to see a tornado warning here for Butler and Conecuh counties here. And this is a continuation of what we had seen all the way down here around 41, around Range and Repton. This is the same cell that prompted one of our first tornado warnings in our area down around Heron Bay and in far southern Mobile County. It is crossed from southern Mobile County to Baldwin County up through Monroe County and Conecuh counties. It has covered quite a bit of geographical area and is now tracking on up here near Lothian and County Road 32 in Conecuh County. It's also not far away from the Bowles community here too, which is going to be a little north of Lothian, right in here. It could be a real close call for Bowles there also. So Mixon, is that Mixonville Road? Mixonville Road, you're included in the warning. Yeah, Bowles. This is County Road 32, I believe, as well. Somewhere in here, just between Bowles. There's Bowles right there. Between Bowles and Mixonville, you got County Road 32. Owassa Road is another name for that. So possible tornado in your area, long ways out from the radar site. We can really only see the mid and upper levels of the storm. The reason why that is, if you're curious, is because of the curvature of the earth. So the further you get away from the radar, you just can't see what's going on at the surface. You're looking in the mid and upper levels because the earth curves away from the radar beam. But anyway, looking at it here, you can see up into Highway 83 tracking towards Grace and Starlington. Eventually it will get out of Conecuh County, but we have a robust circulation down near Fair Nelson and Highway 83. Looks like it's probably past Fair Nelson now. It's going to be pretty much right on top of Lothian right now, Nicholas, based on that right there. Very close to Bowles also.
Yeah, and it does look like that. Now, this is really tough to look at a radar signal, as Jason was mentioning, this far out. It is way far away from the radar, but we do see some rotation with this. And looking at the presentation on reflectivity, there is some torrential rain also happening in the Bowles community as well. I'll mention this is a lot of forested area. It looks like kind of the main road here is that Mixonville Road, and then eventually up to Grace once we get out of our viewing area. Here's a kind of a bigger picture of it. So again, we are to the west of Burnt Corn, to the north of Evergreen. We are just to the west of I-65, kind of running along I-65 here. Bethel community also is technically in this warning, but it looks like the circulation just kind of off to our south here, but still in the polygon, so you want to keep that in mind. Make sure you're honoring that. Any folks that are out there, make sure that you're in an interior room. Don't want to be in a manufactured home. You want to see a site-built structure there, away from windows. That is the best thing to do there. So that is our Highway 83 storm there in far, far northern Conecuh County. That'll be moving out of the FOX10 viewing area very soon. I do want to check back up real quick. We have no more tornado warning here for Creola, Satsuma. Again, no more tornado warning for Creola, Satsuma, Saraland, those areas. However, we do still have some heavy rain that is falling, so a severe thunderstorm warning continues. Axis, Salco as well. Those are the areas that were under tornado warning earlier. Now it is just a severe thunderstorm warning. However, we could still see strong wind, very, very heavy rain, which is, of course is happening, as you can see on radar right now. A quick update on Wilmer right now. You're getting some heavier rain, but you're going to be ending pretty soon. Citronelle as well. Hey, Citronelle, looks like the rain's starting to kind of slacken off there. Hopefully you'll just have light to moderate rain for the rest of it, and then we'll be able to kind of end this there.
That's pretty much it for Mobile County right now, Nicholas. I mean, this is the squall line. It's about halfway across Mobile County. This is go time for Mobile County. It will not be long. It's actually starting to enter Baldwin County up near Dixie Landing, Blackshear, Little River, and down to about Lathan, getting real close to Stockton. And so this is the most intense part of the severe thunderstorm for Mobile County. We also just got an update on this warning here in northern Connecticut County, a very intense circulation that's near Bowles and Cooks Crossroads in Connecticut County. So not looking good here. Possible tornado on the ground north of Evergreen and east of Monroe County, west of Interstate 65, right near the Connecticut County and Butler County line. And this could be an issue down the road, up a little bit further up 65 from Owasso. It's going to be somewhere around the Chapman area or Bowling. So you've got Bowles is a little north of Lothian right there. Your circulation is going to be getting over here a little east of Highway 83. It won't be in our area much longer, but it's technically in an area we're responsible for here. Possible tornado on the ground. And there's a look at the very, very strong rotation. Long ways away from the radar. Probably hard to see any debris.
Not even going to bother with that correlation.
That is a large rotation area, though.
That is a very strong rotation area, large rotation area as well. And we are shooting this from now the radar in Montgomery here, Maxwell Air Force Base radar. Actually a little bit closer than the Mobile radar. And I'll see, kind of switch it over to Mobile real quick. Both radars showing a very strong rotation here. Again, north of Lothian, Bowles, Highway 83. This is in Connecticut County in our FOX10 viewing area, but this will be exiting Connecticut County relatively soon. So here's a look at the tornado warning overall once again. I'll put the query on it, Connecticut County, and then eventually getting into Butler County in Alabama. A very strong rotation happening right now. The next communities in line, if you know anybody in Bethel, it looks like it's kind of taking a northward jog a little bit slightly there on the latest scan. If you have anybody in the Bethel community along Alabama Highway 106, that is same drill that we've been talking about. You're going to want to go ahead and seek shelter. Interior room, away from windows, get away from doors and windows. Protect yourself as well. Hard sole shoes. If you can get a helmet, do a helmet, pillows, blankets as well, because this is a really strong rotation that's going to be heading up into the Bethel community really quite soon here. So you want to make sure you're keeping yourself prepared. We have the squall line that's rolling through the area right now with multiple severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued. Just to give you an update on kind of some locations and our arrival times here, it's going to be about an hour for some places in Baldwin County, like your Fairhopes, your Foleys, Alberta. It'll take even a little while longer. Pensacola, we got a little while before this thing gets there. Hold on tight with us, maybe go to sleep for a little bit, and if it starts to get rowdy, you can wake up with us. But again, right now, the main squall line's rolling through. We have that one storm that is ahead that has a strong circulation with it. Bethel community in northern Connecticut County here. That is one concern here we have with a very strong rotation that is moving into your area.
Yeah, and I wanted to make a correction. It is actually Lieffian.
Lieffian.
Yeah. So now we know. This is way up in Connecticut County, still technically in our area, but there are going to be a few communities that we're not 100% familiar with the pronunciation. But if we need correction, send it to us on our Facebook page, comment on our FOX10 Facebook page, and let us know. This one's close to Mixon. Was it Mixonville Road that's right there?
Yes, I'll zoom in for us, and we'll take a look at those roads.
Just south of, Mixonville Road,
Commerce
just south
community.
of 106, kind of in the Commerce community. This is tracking up here far northern Connecticut County here, and it is tracking towards 106. So moving away from Lieffian now and Bowles and getting closer to Commerce and Bethel here in upper Connecticut County. It's way up in the northern tip. It's really almost up close to Old Texas in Monroe County and Bredenburg. So this is way up there. Possible tornado, very strong rotation, and we can hit it from both our radar sites, but it's kind of on the fringe of our ability to be able to see these both from the Mobile radar site and also the Maxwell Air Force Base site. And so taking a look at this, we've got Hank Williams Road along 106 that's coming in here near the Bethel community in Commerce. And we've got County Road 33. You're included in this warning. County Road 37, County Road 79. These are all areas that are included in this warning here. It's going to be a little north of Mount Rose Baptist Church, which is a little further south there off of Hank Williams Road, and it looks like it's crossing 106 now. We'll probably see this within the next volume scan or two. It'll be out of our area in Butler County, but this is a pretty serious looking rotation area with this particular thunderstorm that's located here on radar in northern Conecuh County. Large squall line out there to keep track of here tonight. It's very possible that here soon we're going to actually be in a situation where we may not have a tornado warning. Of course, we could have another one at any time, but we'll see this one get out of the area and we'll just be under a very, very large and long severe thunderstorm warning. We've got heavy thunderstorms now approaching Grand Bay. We've got heavy thunderstorms almost to Interstate 65 in Mobile County. Still technically a severe thunderstorm warning here. Saraland, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning for wind gusts up around 60 miles per hour within this storm here. We're also under a severe thunderstorm warning for the Creola area. And it's not, you know, the most likelihood of severe weather is going to be along the leading edge of the line, but you're still going to have an extended period with some extremely heavy rainfall and also a lot of lightning that's going to occur after the gusty winds begin to subside. So, for example, right now, very gusty winds up around University Boulevard and Moffett Road in the Magnolia Grove area. Sims, you're probably still seeing some wind gusts, but you're just transitioning over to just plain old super heavy rain. There are a few lightning strikes within this. Tanner Williams, you're getting extremely heavy rain, as well as Wilmer. But the severe weather aspect of this, all the way back down towards Highway 614, is over. And most of the rough weather would be more likely to be located here. So we got an update on the tornado warning for Conecuh County. Is it still in our area right now? And
yeah,
maybe,
I'm going to zoom up to it just to see.
Yeah, well,
barely.
Maybe up in Bethel right there.
That is some strong rotation.
That is very strong rotation, not maybe in Bethel.
But they got to think about it. Yeah, so it's just so far aloft right now, but still strong enough rotation that we just have to keep our eye on it. Again, we've been talking about it, Bethel community. This is about to move into Butler County, Alabama. This is out of the FOX10 viewing area. But again, when you see strong winds like that on the velocity signature, you just want to go ahead and respect it. You want to pay attention to the polygon and make sure you're doing the right thing and seeking shelter. I'm going to pull out real quick, and we're going to look at the bigger picture here. Got a couple areas to point out. I'm getting some questions about Atmore, Bruton, all the places that are ahead of the line that have not seen anything yet. It is going to take some time before this gets to you, but when the line gets to you, the main squall line gets to you, as we've been saying all day, this could have a severe weather threat with it, from storm-producing damaging winds to maybe an isolated spin-up tornado. That threat will continue as the storm system moves off to the east. So again, we have one active tornado right now, one active tornado warning right now in Conecuh County. And that is moving off to the north and east out of our FOX10 viewing area. And the main section of the squall line now impacting Mobile Regional Airport, just getting into downtown Mobile pretty soon here. Pritchard now getting it. Saraland, Satsuma, very heavy rain. No tornado threat anymore there. Just a severe thunderstorm going on. Stockton now getting heavy rain. Hurricane as well. Getting all the way up to northern Baldwin County as well. Tensas, Blackshear, all getting a heavier rain as the onset of the squall line moves in here. Going up north, Clark County, Alma, you do have some heavier rain that is following their Gosport community as well. Franklin, and then getting outside of our area into Wilcox County. That is kind of the northern edge for us of the squall line in our area. So this thing's slowly working its way across our area at this point, and that tornado warning soon exiting our area in Conecuh County really soon here.
I think what we'll probably do is, once that tornado warning is technically out of the area, we'll probably stay on for just a little while longer, just because it's such a significant thunderstorm that's coming through the heart of our forecast area, a very highly populated area here in Mobile. So we'll probably stay with you guys a little bit longer here as this starts to work over into Baldwin County. I'd like to start here down on the south part of the line, just kind of work back up the line to show everybody where this is, where it's going. It's moving due east, and so got a little notch here around Grand Bay.
We both just read each other's minds there. I wanted to check velocity.
Not seeing
Nothing
rotation,
crazy.
but definitely an area to watch there around Grand Bay near the Franklin Creek Road exit on Interstate 10. And this is bearing down on Grand Bay right there. There is a little bit of a notch there. That'll be something we'll have to continue to watch there. Make sure we don't have anything tornadic going on. We don't see anything that stands out that way, but the presentation on reflectivity does show something that we'll have to continue to monitor. This is going to eventually make it to Bala Battery. Looks like it's still about 15 minutes away from Bala Battery. Same for Irvington. We do have heavy rain pretty much where we saw the tornado yesterday on Grand Bay Wilmer Road north of Grand Bay, getting some heavy storms there. This is the leading edge of it, so this is going to be the gusty wind portion of this. We are definitely well within the strong part of the thunderstorm at Mobile Regional Airport as well as the Dawes area. It is now crossing I-65 at Spring Hill Avenue and Old Shell Road at Airport Boulevard. So all of Airport Boulevard is pretty much solid, heavy. Don't want to drive in it kind of rain right now. Also, Moffett Road, very, very heavy thunderstorms coming on down along Moffett Road right now. And it's getting into the heart of Mobile. We're across I-65. It starts to enter Midtown now. And the Crichton area getting a heavy thunderstorm, as well as Tolmanville, Pritchard. And all this is continuing to the east. And it looks like the northern part of the storm might be moving a little faster than the south. Sometimes we see that kind of a setup. So still may have a few minutes to go before this gets into downtown Mobile, but it's pretty terrible for downtown Mobile right now. Did we just see that severe thunderstorm warning drop for Mobile County right now? It looks like it's been dropped. They may reissue this at any time, but we are not currently under a severe thunderstorm warning for the leading edge of the squall line as it's coming through Mobile County.
Yeah, and I'm checking kind of the wind speeds. It does look like they have slackened just a little bit on the main part of the line. Still a very rough thunderstorm that is going through. But at this moment here at 11:30 p.m., we do not have any warnings for Mobile County or Baldwin County. Our warnings right now are all Clark, Monroe, and Conecuh counties. I just want to quickly zoom in to our Bethel tornadic circulation that is now exiting the FOX10 viewing area. This will be moving into Butler County, places like Greenville, Alabama, places up to North Butler Springs. That is outside of the FOX10 viewing area, but still very, very strong circulation there exiting. And we do still have severe thunderstorm warning that continues for Clark County, Monroe County, as that part of the line is pushing through there. If you're in Monroeville, you already had some heavier rain. But as you get through the rest of this, you're going to have another little batch of heavier rain. That is actually a part of a severe warned part of the storm with damaging winds possible. That will push through. And then after that heaviest rain pushes through with the squall line there in Monroeville, then you will see an end to that there. I'm going to go back down the line again. We have a stronger segment of the line right now about to enter Bay Minette, crossing through Sareland, the Delta as well. The bridge on I-65 getting hit hard right now with heavy rain. No reason to be driving on 65. No reason to be driving in Mobile tonight. You do not want to be doing that. It is very rough out there with gusty winds and then the rain. And then we head down to the southern part of Mobile County, keeping an eye on that little notch that we saw on reflectivity very briefly. But right now, southern Mobile County and parts of Jackson County getting active as well. For my folks in Fairhope and Foley and Robertsdale, all the way to Alberta, it's going to take a little time for it to get here. Again, pushing out the warning here, or pushing out the storm here, the storm motion, I'll go like 37, kind of meet in the middle here, between 30 and 40. That is 11:56 for Spanish Fort, midnight for Dauphin Island, Fairhope at 12:10, 12:17 in Loxley, 12:27 in Century, Florida. So it's going to take some time. Pensacola, I am sorry, but this is going to be a little while before it gets to you. So maybe take a quick sleep and make sure you have your alerts turned on your phone just in case anything is issued. But good thing is right now, Jason, I do not see except for our tornado warning, which is now exiting our area, and that severe thunderstorm warning in Clark and Monroe County. No warnings in Mobile and Baldwin County, the southern part of the line at this time.
So we are experiencing a very strong thunderstorm coming through Mobile County. It's just not an ideal situation, but it's good that we're not under any warnings right now. We're going to continue to monitor this line for rotation. There is a tornado watch that's in effect for our entire area through 2 a.m. I would expect some counties to drop off if they haven't already. Places like George County, Greene County, Washington County, and now Clark County, you're just about out of the severe threat. So looking a lot better in our area. They already have dropped off Greene County, but the remainder of the area is currently under a tornado watch. Conditions are still favorable for tornadoes overnight. We are a little bit in a lull right now, but things could ramp up at any time. We're going to have some coverage on our social media channels as well on Facebook going forward. So we will be doing some updates there, but for now we're going to take a little brief break. And if we do see any more warnings like tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings, we'll break back in and let you know what's happening in our area as we've been tracking this unusually strong severe weather threat in our area. We've had some debris signatures on radar. We do have a little bit of a lull in the activity as far as the severe element to it right now, but big storms are rolling through the area. We'll continue to watch them through the night here on Fox 10 News. All right, we're still here on Facebook, and we're going to continue with some coverage here just on Facebook for you here for a little while longer. We'll also be able to answer some of the questions in the chat. And we are under a tornado watch here for most of the area. There are some counties where the severe threat is ending, and that would be Washington, Clark, Greene, and George County. Still technically under a tornado watch for some of these counties, but the threat is starting to lower in those areas. I'm here along with meteorologist Nicholas Herboso. We're in team coverage, and we're going to keep going with what's happening on radar because we have some big thunderstorms coming through Mobile right now. Nicholas?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and work the line real quick, see what's going on. This thing is going to be approaching Baldwin County very soon. In fact, northern Baldwin County, we are keeping on with this thunderstorm, and it is rocking and rolling right now at northern Baldwin County, also southern Mobile County. I'll stop the motion so we can see this a little better. Beulah Battery, it's going to take a second to get to you, but it's coming. You're going to have a stronger storm, and still we have those little notches in southern Mobile County. That's going to be something that we're going to keep an eye on over the next little bit here. Dawes right now, Theodore Irvington, it's not happening yet, but it's going to take a second. Just give it a second and it'll get pretty loud for just a little bit, a rowdy thunderstorm there. Airport, it's taken a second as well, but now it's pushing through with heavy rain now, just now getting to the airport here, continuing off to the east. It is taking a second to get to I-65, but heavy rain will start there soon. For our folks in Sims, I can give you an all clear. Sims all clear right now for the severe weather threat as the squall line has passed you. It looks like it's just going to be heavy rain. Same all clear for Wilmer, Millertown, Georgetown, Chunchula as well. I can give you an all clear. Gulf Crest, Citronelle.
Hey, Nicholas,
yes.
They just reissued the thunderstorm warning for Mobile County until 12:15.
It's the southern part of Mobile County as well, too.
That Grand Bay one.
Yes, so let's go ahead and focus in on that again. I just touched on that, but let's get the details on the warning here. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, and Jason, this is a really smart decision by them. They have gone with the tornado possible tag on the warning. It makes complete sense here. As you see that little notch that is right on the coast there. So let's go ahead and check the velocity, start to inspect this storm real quick. But again, it's tornado possible tag with a severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, it's that notch right there, south of Grand Bay, Henderson Camp Road. A little bit of a notch, and we have a new tornado warning that has been issued. That looks to be our Butler County storm. That is not in the FOX10 viewing area, but that is still a coverage part of NWS Mobile. So that is out of the FOX10 viewing area. Our focus right now is this severe thunderstorm warning. Beulah Battery, code in, Del Shamps along Bellengrath Road. This is going to be a strong thunderstorm that's going to be rolling through pretty soon. Let me get the forward motion on this again. Forward motion right now is to the east at 25 miles per hour, even slower now.
Yeah, slower on the southern end, and some of the areas that are to the south of Grand Bay would be, down Potter Track and also Douglas, and then down here near, I believe you mentioned Henderson Camp Road. These are some of the roads that actually lead to the south of Grand Bay here. Most of them don't make it all the way down here to the actual coast because you have the Grand Bay swamp right here. You got a lot of marshy area right here. This is Point of Pines right here. There are a few houses out on Point of Pines, and we've definitely got a severe thunderstorm here. We don't see anything that stands out as tornadic rotation right now, but we're watching it based on the structure of the storm. We've got a little notch there, so sometimes that can be the focus for rotation, and it's kind of like there's almost like a bit of a hook signature right there.
Even a little bit of lightning there as well. I'll also mention, Marie mentioning in the chat, Grand Bay raining badly right now. Theodore, heavy rain as well, or starting to get to heavy rain in Theodore there as well. So it looks like the southern part of the line just getting a little bit more interesting here over the last little bit here, and you can see that now, that yellow polygon that we have there, that is our severe thunderstorm warning with our tornado possible tag. That does include Bayou La Battery. We're going to want to keep an eye on this. You don't want to be sitting on your porch looking at this thing. You want to stay inside as this thing passes you. And it is going to take a little bit of time. I actually pulled a track out earlier. I think it was a little slow. So I'm going to do it again here. This includes the Grand Bay, Irvington area, Bayou La Battery, Coden. We're going to pull this out at 25 miles per hour. Take this all the way to the eastern shore. So if you're in Fairhope, Point Clear, heads up. I've got this for you as well. Alabama Port. So getting right to the coastline there at around 12:08 is 11:40 right now. Middle Bay Light, this thing gets into the bay after midnight, around 12:23 there. It gets to Fairhope, Point Clear, a little before 12:30, around 12:30. That's when the squall line is going to get to Fairhope. So again, severe thunderstorm warning for the southern part of this line, following this as it moves across the area. Definitely some strong thunderstorms there, possibly producing damaging winds and or possibly even a tornado with that little notch that we see there, even though right now we do not have a tornado warning that has been issued. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. So we just got a new scan in, waiting for the velocity data to update.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, this thing, we got to watch this one for a possible tornado here just to the south of Grand Bay. We don't see any debris yet, thankfully, but there's definitely some rotation within this part of the thunderstorm. And there is a severe thunderstorm warning for this area. And it looks like it's now to the east of Henderson Camp. So it's getting closer to Bayou La Battery. It's going to be, looks like near Shine Road there, and some of those areas there a little bit to the south of 188. So I'm going to get you up to speed on exactly where this is around the Grand Bay, Bayou La Battery area. You've got Lloyd Road and Shine Road, right where Jones Trawl Board and Supply is. So that's where this is heading towards. It's right over that area now. It looks like it's a little past Henderson Camp. So there's Henderson Camp, your area of rotation, and it's not a tornado warning right now, but you've got Lloyd Road and Shine Road right there. And then you're getting into, yeah, there you go, Shine Road, Lloyd Road. Argyle Road is also included in this warning down on the southern end. Now, Argyle runs a long way from almost near Interstate 10, but down here around 4 Mile, you're included in an area we're watching with some rotation, as well as south of Dixon Corner, really from Dixon Corner down to the bayou. We're monitoring the circulation. It's not just us. We just got an update from the National Weather Service. They're looking at this too for some rotation. So tracking towards Highway 188. We are looking at right where Irvington Bayou La Battery Highway intersects 188, a possible rotation area that we're watching. Could be a tornado warning. Yeah, they're going to issue a tornado warning for this cell. So we're going to see a tornado warning for Mobile County. If you've been, we're going to live on Fox 10, but we'll be here on Facebook too. Stand by. All right, Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith here with you. We have a new tornado warning for southern Mobile County. And if you are following us on our Facebook feed, this is something that meteorologist Nicholas Herboso and I have been tracking here for about the last 20 minutes. It's a cell that materialized around the Mississippi-Alabama line, and it's now very close to Bayou-La-Battery near Lloyd and Shine roads here along Highway 188 and where Irvington Bayou-La-Battery Highway comes down and intersects with Bayou-La-Battery proper. This is going to go pretty much right over the north side of Bayou-La-Battery and on the south side at Dixon's Corner. There is a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado moving east at 30 miles an hour. It is Doppler radar indicated, and we've seen the structure of this really showing up on reflectivity where we have a notch right here. It's kind of almost like a hook signature. We had a severe thunderstorm warning for this cell. Now we have a tornado warning for this cell, and it is for southern Mobile County. So right now we're Bayou-La-Battery. You are under a tornado warning, as well as the Bellingrath Road area. You are under a tornado warning. Fowl River is also included in this, both West Fowl River and East Fowl River. And then the FOX10 area, looks like Bellingrath Gardens, Rebel Road, you're going to be in this warning as well. So most likely you have been alerted by your phone and you're waking up tuning into Fox 10, or you've been here with us all along. We are tracking a possible tornado located near the intersection of Irvington Bayou-La-Battery Highway and Highway 188, traveling east at about 30 to 35 miles an hour through the bayou. Let's take a look at some streets here, get you up to speed on exactly where the rotation is now, and then we'll show you where it's heading. So there you can see the inbound, outbound velocities. This is Hurricane Boulevard right here. So now we're getting closer to Paget Switch and the bayou, which is right there. This is traveling east, and there's going to be a little delay between what we're seeing on radar and what's actually happening on the ground. So this may be a little ahead of this area here. Anywhere along Paget Switch or Irvington Bayou-La-Battery Highway near the bayou itself and East Davenport Street, you're under a tornado warning right now. We have the rotation on radar. We have not seen a tornado debris signature yet, but we could have one at any time, and that's where we can actually see some debris being lofted up with this circulation. At this point, it doesn't look like it's on the ground, but it could be imminently occurring, and sometimes there's a delay between what's going on radar and what's going on there in as far as the debris field. So we don't want to sit there and wait for a debris field to call a tornado warning. Some of the areas, there is a McDonald's right here where Irvington Bayou-La-Battery Highway hits 188. And Nicholas, tell me what you're seeing there on the correlation coefficient.
Yeah, I'll tell you, this is about to update in a second. I'm checking a different radar source. It kind of takes a second to get into our computer at some point. I think we have a weak tornado debris signature that is located. I'm going to point this out real quick before we even see it. This is University Road and Cutoff Road. It looks like we have a debris signature right now. You're not seeing it on our debris tracker at the second. It should get in here about a second here, about to cross 188. That's near that traffic circle where that McDonald's is located, the Bayou-La-Battery Senior Center, the CVS in Bayou-La-Battery, and Lighthouse Restaurant as well. That is down Paget Switch Road, Deacle Road, that kind of intersection there. So it looks like we might have a brief touchdown here, thanks to radar that is telling us this of a weak little tornado, short-lived thing, but definitely seeing a little bit of debris on radar. So if you are in Bayou-La-Battery, it is small room, lowest floor right now, especially along Bellingrath Road as well, Rebel Road, as you get towards the coast as well, as you get towards the western shore of Mobile Bay. All these areas in the gun for a possible tornado, which looks to be possibly radar indicated right now.
I think it's on the ground. Paget Switch Road, watch out. We've seen a debris signature right there near the CVS, the Bayou Pharmacy, kind of the McDonald's area where 188 and Irvington Bayou-La-Battery come together. And so anything around the Bayou-La-Battery Senior Center, the CVS, the Bayou Pharmacy, these areas here, we're concerned about a possible tornado on the ground. We're not getting the update on the correlation coefficient here on our system, but we can see it on radar scope. So we've got a little bit of a lead on this right now. The rotation is going to track to the east, and it will be impacting areas here along Bellingrath Road. Rock Road is another area we'll be watching out for as well as this moves to the east. You may be joining us in Mobile County from the thunderstorm that's happening right now. We can hear it over the roof here on Fox 10 News, but that is what we're concerned with right there. It just updated. That is the potential TDS that Nicholas and I were talking about. And so you got the McDonald's is right here, and that's that TDS. Now, there's going to be a little delay because this thing's moving pretty quickly to the east. Here's Deacle Road right here, and it looks like it's going to be basically coming right down Deacle Road. It's going to be tracking this way. It's going east. And so the north side of the bayou, if you're down around the state docks, probably not seeing a tornado there, but that right there is the 1 pixel that might be a weak tornado debris signature that's going on, because you can see the purple, that's going to be rain, and then this is not. So we may have some debris there that's been lofted up from the southern end of Lloyd and Shine roads here, and then down here around Irvington by La Battery Highway. So out ahead of it, that's where we need to focus on for areas that could be impacted by this. It's going to be, you've got Paget Switch right here, and there's a number of streets and some neighborhoods and stuff right there at Deacle and Paget Switch.
By the way, Jason, I'll tell you, when we were looking at the correlation coefficient, I wonder if our radar skipped a frame because I'm not seeing it, but on radar scope I did see it, and it looks like it lifted. Looks like the actual TDS that we saw on radar scope, and you can take a look at this as well, lifted right as it was crossing 188. I'd put it near the intersection of Pageant Switch and 188 whenever it lifted. That being said, we still have rotation that's going on here in Kingston, the line, Fowl River, Bellingrath Road, South Orchard, that is Fowl River Road, along Fowl River, the Fowl River community overall. Let's go ahead and be in our safe place, Bellingrath Gardens Road, Rebel Road, Palmetto Point, all those areas. Let's just go ahead and get in safe place right now because that is where we had that circulation earlier.
Right, so we may be a little laggy here, but this is going to move right over Fowl River around Bellingrath Gardens, and it's probably there about right now. So you have to imagine this forward just a little bit. And what we're doing is we're using our technology to find exactly where we're seeing rotation areas, exactly where we're seeing debris. And these kind of tornadoes are hard to find when they're embedded in a squall line like this. So this can be very tricky finding it, but do know that the tornado warning is going to include areas south of the Theodore Industrial Canal from about the Laurendine Road area at 193 or Dolphin Island Parkway, all the way down DIP to just north of Alabama Port. So all the bay homes here, all the houses on Fowl River, you're in a tornado warning. That notch actually shows up on reflectivity a little north of the bayou right now at this point. But that's what we typically find, tornadic circulations, where you see a bow or a kink in the line. But we do have some overall rotation here, maybe a little broad, but you can see it right there in the Delchamps area here in South Mobile County. And it won't be long. This is going to be out over the bay, and we'll be watching out for Baldwin County as this continues forward. So definitely something to watch out for there. This area is under a tornado warning, and then there is a severe thunderstorm warning for Alabama Port, by La Battery, Irvington. You're in the, at least the southern side of Irvington, you're in a severe thunderstorm warning. We do not have a severe thunderstorm warning for Mobile, but you're probably getting a lot of lightning and some extremely heavy rain in Mobile right now. I'm liking the way this looks right through here. It's kind of ragged. The reflectivity is not as high, so it looks like this storm is a little weaker coming through Baldwin County along Highway 225 in Stockton. Of course, we're still getting a lot of lightning and some gusty winds, but it could be that some of the leading edge of this, we're seeing a little more development ahead of it, and that may be taking some of the punch out of the storm. Certainly the strongest part of this storm is in Mobile County. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Monroe County and Connecticut County. So right now, extremely heavy rain along Highway 90 is tracking to the east along I-10 and I-65. And then to the south of that, we have our warning, which is currently still in effect for the Faustinus area, as well as the Monlouis Island area here, and also Fowl River, both East Fowl River and West Fowl River. You're under a tornado warning. Looks like we just had an update. They trimmed that warning a little bit, Nicholas, here. So we've seen a new drawing of that. It takes all the areas on the west side of 188 out of that tornado warning. It's going to be mainly for the Belgrath Road area. And you mentioned Rebel Road also in Belgrath Gardens.
Yeah, and this is about to make its way towards Mobile Bay. It's a very short time before it gets to Mobile Bay. We'll actually do a quick track on this so we can see where this thing is going. But again, still have that tornado threat along Belgrath Road there. And then eventually getting over to the coastline there, the shore of Mobile Bay, western shore of Mobile Bay, Alabama 193. Here's the track on it, and I'm actually going to do a wider shot here of it. And we're moving to the east at around 30 miles per hour. Well, I may not have the juice for that. I'm going to reset to shorter track here. Here we go, 30 miles per hour. We'll take this all the way to Point Clear almost. So the Del Champs community in just a little bit, in just about a minute here. Alabama Port in the next 5 minutes. So that's when that circulation point, that front edge starts to get to you there right on Alabama 193. Then we get into the middle of the bay, Middle Bay Lighthouse around midnight, 12 a.m. So after midnight, this thing rolls through. Folks on the eastern shore, we're going to want to keep a close eye on this thing. I'm talking about Point Clear, Barnwell, and maybe even Fairhope as well, southern Fairhope, because this seems to be the kind of notchy portion of the line where all those little kinks are in the line, and that is the area that we have. That is the area that we have our strongest rotation right now. And I keep an eye. Just off to the north, kind of keep an eye on things as well, just checking out the velocity picture. I understand we have very strong thunderstorms that are moving through a very populated portion of Mobile at this moment. We see McGowan Park along and then the shops at Bel Air are also getting some very heavy rain at this point. Range Line Road, Government Boulevard all the way down, seeing some heavy rain at this point. Also Airport Boulevard, if you're near the airport. You're actually right near the Mobile Regional Airport. Your rain should start to end in the next few minutes here, hopefully, or at least slacken in the next little few minutes here. Stayerland, Satsuma, heavy rain, no severe threat at this moment, no severe warnings for you. Stockton, Bay Minette, rain onset there, no severe warnings for you. And then we do have severe warnings up in Conecuh County, Monroeville. This is where we have another strong part of the storm. Evergreen, Castleberry, along Interstate 65, along Highway 84. Monroeville, you're getting a very hard part of the line at this point, our squall line. That is going to be pushing off to the east. Get ready for the heavy stuff there. Our focus right now, though, is in southern Mobile County, about to enter the bay, where we do have a tornado warning that has been issued. We very briefly had a radar confirmed tornado that was located pretty much near Bayou La Battery earlier, about one frame of debris, and then it seemed to have lifted. However, we do still have kinks in the line that we can see here in our velocity product as we get a new scan in, and you can see still some broad rotation that is currently located almost about to cross 193 here. Del Champs Road, Bellingrath Road, Rebel Road right now. That is where the rotation is. This is about to go over the bay, Jason, and then likely to track across the bay very soon here.
Yes, so Fowl River area, just south of Fowl River Road, or from about Fowl River Road down towards, and it says Del Champs Road there. That's the road that goes to the Shell Yellowhammer plant there. You do have a couple of roads here that you've got Pine Top Road here. Some of the other locations that there's Pine Top right through there. You're in the heart of this rotation area right now. This is about to head over Mobile Bay. We've got a tremendous amount of lightning coming through West Mobile and up through the northern part of Mobile County. We do not have a warning there. There still looks like a warning here to the north up into Conecuh County. This may be second warning, so it looks like the Bethel area may be getting one, as well as Old Texas and Monroe County. So we had a warning up here in northern Conecuh County. it kicked out and is heading up in the direction of Greenville, Alabama. We've got a new warning that was just issued to the east of Beatrice in Monroe County, and it's very close to Old Texas and Vredenburg here along Highway 47 east of Riley, and that may clip Conecuh County. It's definitely up in far northern. This is way up there. Did you just switch it to Maxwell Air Force Base, Nicholas?
We are at Maxwell.
Okay,
right
so
now, yes.
we're hitting this from a radar out of Montgomery because it's too far away to see it from the Mobile Regional Radar site. But you've got 106 right here. This is 47. And then you've got 83 coming up through Old Texas. Looks like a possible tornado there. The Mixonville area is also included in this. I think it'll be a little north of Commerce and some of the areas where we saw this earlier where it was tracking through northern Conecuh County. But we've got a new tornado warning for areas to the north up into far northeastern Monroe County, and it will soon be out of the area, but this line is very active both far to the north and down to the south. We briefly had the circulation here. It is actually tightening up now, so we just got an update from the National Weather Service near Fowl River and Highway 193. So this is going to be near the Pelican Reef Club. That circulation here most likely right along East Fowl River where it dumps out into Mobile Bay. That circulation has tightened, so it is more likely producing a tornado here. We briefly did have a tornado debris signature earlier in Biola Battery near Highway 188 close to the McDonald's there. Now that rotation area is looking, when we say tightening, means it is getting to be a tighter circulation and is more of a potential of it producing a tornado before it moves out over Mobile Bay, and that could be happening imminently. So far east Fowl River, 193 area, possible tornado going on right here. And yeah, so you're getting at that area, you're going to be really close to or just south of the Greers and Bell Fountain. And that's up here at Fowl River Road. So your possible tornado is going to be right over East Fowl River, and that's going to be real close to Bodine's and the Pelican Reef Club restaurant is where we see those blue pixels about right there. And then it will move over. There are some houses on the far edge of Mobile Bay, the west side of Mobile Bay, and then it will be over water for a while. And then we'll have to see if this rotation area holds together as it crosses the lighthouse and heads towards Baldwin County. If you look at the track on it, based on the way it's been moving from here to here, it's almost due east. So if it held together across the bay, it would end up somewhere between Mullet Point and Point Clear. So we're going to be watching out for this area here, but it'll be a little while for it to cross the bay. It's most likely over
like
the bay. It's probably over the bay right now.
Yes.
But yeah, it could be 12:20 before it makes it across the bay. It'll be over the lighthouse at 12:11. So you may have about 20 minutes, but we may have seen this thing tightening up a little bit right here before it pushed off of Fowl River, and it is now out over the bay, just a little north of the Denton Reef there.
Yeah. And I do want to mention, by the way, a lot of people in the Facebook chat right now. We are live streaming on Facebook Live. If you want to tune in as well while you're watching on TV, you can comment. I see the comments right here. A lot of people talking about how rough it is in Mobile right now, and not just Mobile, all the way up Saraland, Satsuma. That is where we have the strongest part of the squall line. Believe it or not, there's no severe thunderstorm warning for downtown Mobile at this point. There's no severe thunderstorm warning. It is just a very heavy thunderstorm that is going on right now. Also now entering Bay Minette, Stockton, a up 65 essentially right now here at midnight. Right now it is midnight and you're watching Fox 10 News, and we're live here talking about tornadoes. We have a couple tornado warnings that are in our area. One of them exiting at this point. I do want to mention this. This is extreme northeastern Monroe County near the Bethel community. We have one more tornado warning. This is separate from the tornado warning that's in southern Mobile County. This is another tornado warning. Northeastern Monroe County near Old Texas, Bethel. We have a stronger circulation here. This is really far away though from the radar site. This will be entering Butler County very soon. So heading back down to our tornado warning that is currently in southern Mobile County. This tornado warning will continue for the next little bit here until this thing moves over the bay. It's practically moving over the bay at this point, and then we will see this thing push out. If you are in this warning still, though, if you're in front of this thing right on Alabama 193 there, some of the places that Jason was mentioning, make sure that you are inside an interior room until this part of the squall line passes. We don't want you to be outside looking at this thing. You want to stay inside, make sure you're keeping yourself safe with this tornado warning. At least gusty winds happening right now with that thing, but yes, a little bit of a broad circulation there as well.
I wanted to take a look there
Yep.
at a possible debris signature here down around Shipyard Road. That's going to be right in this area here. It doesn't show up on this debris tracker, but it looked like we had a pixel that was a little suspicious somewhere right in here around Shipyard Road, just south of the mouth of Fowl River. That's something I saw on my radar scope there. So
I see what you were talking about.
Yeah, a little bit of brief, small, again, tornado debris signature. So that may be the second little debris signature we've seen here on this stretch between Bala Battery and Fowl River. Now, it's over the bay, so it's most likely a water spout at this point. It's not on land based on our best guess right now. You look at the sweep, and that rotation area is clearly out over the bay. It's somewhere between Middle Bay Lighthouse and Gilliard Island right now. So we'll just have to watch and see if it stays intact once it gets a little closer to Mullet Point and Point Clear in Baldwin County. But we're going to have about a 10 to 15 minute period here where this rotation is going to be out over the bay. We may have had a little brief tornado right there around East Fowl River, around the mouth of East Fowl River.
Yeah, and I do want to mention real quick, a lot of people just kind of telling us the conditions right now in the Facebook chat. Yes, Hannah, we can work our way up north here, and we'll take a look at some of the inland places in a second. Some people reporting very rough off of DIP. No power in Saraland. Now, that's not unheard of, especially with a strong thunderstorm with lots of lightning being produced and also gusty winds. This tornado warning will continue. It should be allowed to expire within the next couple of minutes here, but officially until 12:15 a.m. To answer some of the questions on the Facebook chat, working up the line, downtown Mobile seeing some of the heaviest rain at this point as well. We're seeing some of the heaviest rain at the FOX10 studios as well. Taking a look here in the Stapleton community, we have the onset of some heavy rain. Hurricane along 225, seeing some heavy rain right now in Baldwin County. Bay Minette, now it's starting to come down for you along I-65 as well. Working our way to Atmore. Atmore, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued right when I got up there. So Atmore and Bruton, Flomaton, Century, Jay. This is northern Escambia County, Florida, northwestern Santa Rosa County, Escambia County, Alabama, and also Conecuh County. We have a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. Strong winds possible there. And I'm going to check the tags on this thing. I thought so. We have another tornado possible tag. This one for our Escambia County, Alabama, severe thunderstorm warning there. And you can actually see probably one little kink in the line there. I'll point that out. Looks like maybe right there. That's just off to the north and east of Atmore. So something we'll keep an eye on there. Right now, severe thunderstorm warning now, new one for Escambia County, Alabama, and far northern portions of Escambia County, Florida, along with Santa Rosa County as well. Century, Jay, Flomaton, Bruton, go ahead and get ready because you have a strong thunderstorm coming your way. Also, Evergreen right now. It is coming down there. We'll take a look at reflectivity. About to start coming down there. That is where you have one of the stronger parts of the line at this point. This is going to be pushing off to the east here in Conecuh County right now and crossing Highway 83 right now in Conecuh County. So that's a look at the interior or inland part of the storms. Heading back down to the coast, looks like we should be dropping this tornado warning relatively soon here, I would think. Jason, that this will be allowed to expire.
Yeah, I mean, the circulation is going to be right out over the bay. It's a close call, depending on exactly where it's being placed. It would be right around the mouth of Fowl River, but I think it's essentially over the bay, considering we've got a forward speed at about 30 miles per hour. It's not going to be far away from Middle Bay Lighthouse by now. We have it getting close to Point Clear and the Mullet Point area, somewhere along Zundels Wharf area. That is going to be most likely by about 12:30. 12:20 once this thing crosses the bay. So we are looking at it with our live picture from Fairhope Pier. And that Fairhope Pier shot is right here, and it's looking back at this thunderstorm. And you can see the lightning flickering there. Very electric looking shot right there. Probably you are seeing these lightning strikes, and you can see the flashes there behind me, and those are likely coming from these new lightning strikes that are just popping up here around Gilliard Island. We also have a little piece of the thunderstorm that's actually right out over the bay, but the rotating part of the thunderstorm that had that tighter circulation over Fowl River, that is now mostly out all over the coastal waters of Mobile Bay right now. Rain's really hard, coming down heavily in Theodore and around Rangeline Road in the Hollinger's Island area and down DIP. Mobile is in a rain out right now. This is the time of the year where we have a lot of clogged storm drains. We can see some localized street flooding. We've seen a ton of rain. The whole situation here not looking good. And one of the things that we're seeing too with these flashes of lightning, this shot is actually getting illuminated at times, and you can actually see the cloud canopy coming across the bay. So what might be an interesting thing to do is if we could take that Fairhope Pier shot full just for a second here. I want to take a look at it at some of the lightning flashes here, because we have the storm that we were seeing some rotation in that storm. And so the question will be, do we have a water spout out over Mobile Bay? I would think that this Fairhope shot would have a chance of actually seeing a water spout on the bay if we have one at some point. You can see the low-hanging cloud on the left-hand part of your screen between the lightning flashes near the live button, a little to the left of the American flag, and that's that area of rotation that was occurring around Fowl River. So this will be interesting to see if we actually can see a water spout. We've got kind of a limited view here. I don't believe we can pan this camera, correct?
No.
Right, so this is the Fairhope Pier shot. It is what it is. But
we get it, granted, you know, the shape of the shoreline, we are kind of at the wrong angle here, but close enough to where we can see close to where the rotation was, and you do notice just that kind of lower look to the clouds there. I mean, this is a great heads up though for folks in Fairhope, Point Clear, Barnwell, down County Road 1 there in Fairhope. Again, I think it's the second time I've had to call you out. We might have another strong thunderstorm rolling through with some rotation in it, and of course this is the main squall line that'll be getting to you very, very soon here. I'd say 20 minutes or so at the most where this thing starts to get to you. So go ahead and be ready. I understand that you're about to get impacted by the thunderstorm here, and there is some fishy little rotation that we're watching over the bay. Sorry about that. There we go. Over the bay right now in this kind of area right here. This is going to be crossing over, eventually making its way towards Point Clear along Highway 1 there, County Road 1, excuse me, and then of course to Fairhope as well there. So this is going to be, there's a new scan. Take a look at that.
Yeah, it's a really good angle from that Fairhope Pier shot, actually, as that notch is a little bit further north now. So the Fairhope Pier right there, and
I think that's the angle.
Yeah, that's kind of the shot. So where it said live, kind of on the left side of it, it was illuminating this part of the storm. So we'll be watching that for sure. And as long as and look how calm it is right now. That is not going to be the case here in about 10 minutes at the Fairhope Pier. And there's enough lightning going on that you can see that shelf cloud, you can see it kind of hanging down right there underneath the live button that we have going on there. Actually, David Cole, our director, he's awesome, by the way. He just took. Did you see something?
No, I'm actually
He took
watching.
the live bug down, so now we can see better.
keep a look in that corner there. There's definitely some just kind of lowering, spooky looking clouds there. Yeah, you see that? There's some spooky looking clouds there.
There
some kind of lowering there.
Yeah, there could be a little water spout forming up right there. There's something hanging down off that cloud, so we're going to keep watching to this. This is just to the left of the American flag, and between the lightning strikes on the left-hand side of the pier, we've got a little piece of that canopy that's hanging down there.
Yeah, and what the National Weather Service is going to be doing here, they're going to be issuing a severe thunderstorm warning for Baldwin County, and they're going to include that tornado possible tag. So folks in Baldwin County, just be ready right now for the thunderstorm rolling in. It might get really gusty in just a moment here. It might get really, really gusty. And we do have this little notch that we're tracking moving over the bay. So your heads up here, if you are in Fairhope, Point Clear, we've got you covered. Make sure that you're paying attention. We're about to get a severe thunderstorm warning for you here with a tornado possible tag. This little notch moving across the bay here should populate in just a moment here.
Yeah, and that flag, you talk about the calm before the storm, right, Nicholas? So the flag was completely calm at Fairhope right now, but it won't be long because this storm is really flying across the bay. It's already storming bad in Daphne right now, but I don't see anything rotating for you in Daphne presently. It'd really be from like Montrose down to Fairhope down to about Point Clear, where this area is going to be coming across, and it is moving basically straight to the east. So yeah, this is a nasty looking storm coming across. It's got enough rotation in it. It'd be pretty easy for a waterspout to form. You know, it doesn't take much to get a waterspout going. We can have waterspouts with ordinary thunderstorms in the summertime. It's just going to be hard to see because it's nighttime, and the only way we can see it is between the lightning strikes. But this is bearing down on Fairhope now. We've got Fish River, the Loxley area, be in your area by 12:37. We've got it in the Elsinore area by 12:58, and then Seminole by 1:10 a.m. So this is going to be sweeping across central and southern Baldwin County. Right now, this is a severe thunderstorm warning that is about to be issued with a tornado possible. We do not have a confirmed tornado with this right now, but there is some rotation within it. Yeah. And where this thing is bowing out right here, that is the potential for some very, very gusty winds. They've made it almost to Mullet Point and Point Clear. It's a matter of minutes before that rush of wind will be arriving around Point Clear, Zundels Wharf, and down to Mullet Point. So this is the area here where we're most concerned about possible damaging winds, and then there could be a little rotation in there too. There's the new severe thunderstorm warning that we told you was coming, and so that's going to be for most of Baldwin County from the just north of Loxley, basically the Stapleton area south down 59 past Owad. It includes Foley, Summerdale, Robertsdale, and Elsinore. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for the Fish River area, Magnolia Springs, and for Montrose, Fairhope, and down towards Mullet Point. We're monitoring those lightning flashes right there, Nicholas, with that shot.
And by the way, I wanted to mention this. I want to go ahead and give you Grand Bay, Bila Battery, all clear for your tornado. I know it has warnings there. Those have been allowed to go. This threat is passed. We're keeping an eye on the camera, though, of course, that is right now located at the Fairhope Pier. And I heard a few folks talking about this in the chat, on our Facebook chat earlier. They were saying it is really, really calm. It is really, really, really calm. And then suddenly it was not. And that's what seems to be the theme with this squall line here. We're going to zoom in on the radar. Again, you're looking right now from Fairhope. This rotation area, weak, but right be near the Grand Hotel at this point, getting near the Grand Hotel. And then that's going to be moving kind of your places around Lakewood, that community there. Of course, the golf club there. Battles Wharf Road, and then eventually getting towards Greeno Road, 98 there. That's kind of our main rotation area. This camera shot that we're looking at right now that's on your screen is panned just a smidgen off to the north of what we could see there. I think that's the angle that I'm drawing that little line.
Not quite enough to see it, but you can see the flag starting to move. So we're starting to get that rush of wind now, and this was a flag that was laying almost completely flat just a minute or two ago, and now you can see the power of this severe thunderstorm. So this shot is in a severe thunderstorm warning. The worst of it may actually be a little south of the Fairhope Pier, which is up here, and so we're more concerned about damaging winds from Point Clear down to Mullet Point, where this line is bowing out a little bit right here, and that's going to continue almost down to Fish River. But we're starting to see the winds picking up. You can see the rain rushing across the bay between the lightning strikes here. Frequent lightning. It's closing in very rapidly now on Fairhope Pier, and we're just going to watch this unfold. It is currently 16 minutes after midnight. We are not currently under any active tornado warnings in our area. We do have a bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings going on. We've got a horrible looking line of storms in the area, and we're just going to watch this thing move into Fairhope Pier with that live shot there. It's a really great vantage point of seeing what's coming in, the rain getting within a mile or two of the pier. So there's the Fairhope area and the pier. We got heavy rain, a little bit of rotation in it too, out over the bay, and it looks like that was the severe thunderstorm warning for for Baldwin County. And you can see where the leading edge of the rain is down around Dolphin Island, up across Middle Bay Lighthouse, and all the way up into Daphne and Malbus, and it's tracking to the east, maybe a little to the east-northeast. We've got it switched over to reflectivity now. And the heavy rain is coming to an end out on Mobile Regional Airport and out Dawes Roadway. So the severe threat has lowered for you. It looks like the severe threat is over, but we still have heavy rainfall in downtown Mobile and down here all the way down to about Fowl River. But the leading edge is now out over the bay, and it's becoming more and more of a Baldwin County issue. We can see the flag beginning to get taut there at Fairhope Pier, and the rain is building in very quickly. You can see we've gone from winds of about 3 or 4 miles an hour to pretty solid 15, maybe 20 miles an hour right there. The flag almost completely taut, and the rain is about to envelop the Fairhope Pier area. We do not see a water spout on that live picture there. If there was one, it would probably be a little bit to the left of the shot. It is a fixed shot, so we cannot move the camera. But we're just watching this storm roll into the Fairhope Pier area. And last night, I believe, we were tracking some rough weather in this area, and there was one car down at Fairhope Pier. But tonight, we did not see any cars down at Fairhope Pier. This is a great night to not be out driving around sightseeing. You got a horrible thunderstorm that is moving into Baldwin County tonight, so it's a good night to be inside and watching Fox 10, whether you're doing so on live stream or on Facebook or here live on Fox 10 News. And the reason why we're here with you is kind of middle of the night. We've got a lot of lightning producing thunderstorms in our area. We've got multiple counties under severe thunderstorm warnings right now. That includes Baldwin County, Escambia County, Santa Rosa County in Florida, Escambia County in Alabama, Monroe County, and Conecuh County. That's a lot of counties under severe thunderstorm warning. Basically, there's one big severe thunderstorm warning along this line. It is making progress, so a lot of counties have been dropped off of the tornado watch. We are starting to see some improvements, and the rain's finally coming to an end in Greene County, George County. The back of the rain starting to materialize. Still some moderate rain in Washington County and Clark County. A lot of the lightning, though, is centered up right here to the north and west of Bruton, up near Castleberry, and then here out over Mobile Bay, where we're seeing the lightning strikes, and then you can see them for yourself filling in around Fairhope Pier. Looks like the rain is starting there. We've got winds gusting, and it looks like the wind right now is a little bit more out of the north at Fairhope Pier right now. And we're starting to see some raindrops on the lens, so conditions are beginning to go downhill there at Fairhope Pier. This is the leading edge of the rain, and it is showing up right now on radar as well. So a very active night here with a squall line moving through. It is outrun all of the level 4 risk zone map. So our severe weather risk zone, we were most concerned about places like, Greene County in Mississippi and up into Washington County and Clark County. It's outrun that location. It's still over a portion of the area where we had that level 3 enhanced risk. And so it's still fair game for possible tornadic activity, even as it pulls all the way across the Florida Panhandle. And Nicholas and I are just going to stay here tonight and stay with this. We may not be on air the whole time, but we're going to continue to monitor this line as it moves across the Florida Panhandle here tonight. Nicholas.
So I do have a couple things to report here. Of course, right now, if you're in Escambia County, Alabama, you have the main line of thunderstorms, that squall line that is rolling through. But I actually have a damage report that was just sent in to us. director of the Escambia County EMA, relayed a report that I will read off to you now. Some isolated damage to some cabins and camper trailers located near Barnett Highway in Bruton, Alabama. This is about 1 mile north of exit 69 on I-65. 2 of the cabins had a large portion of the metal roof torn off. There's also a little tree damage in the immediate area. One female suffered some injuries as she was moving to a safe area in one of the cabins. That, I believe, and I don't have the timing on that, I'm wondering if that was with our initial big supercell that crossed the area, the entire area.
Repton supercell.
Yes.
I mean, the one that started in Mobile County, went all the way up through Baldwin County, and then prompted a tornado warning on range in Repton.
Yes, and I wonder if there was a little moment where that got intense around Bruton, because that is the same track there. This is separate. This report seems to be separate, at least as far as I can tell, from what is happening in Bruton right now. And actually, you know, I'm wondering if that is maybe more recent here.
And also just wanted to mention that here in Baldwin County, we got this great shot of the Fairhope Pier, but we do not see any rotation at all along that line of significance right now. So while it prompted a tornado warning in Mobile County, we're not seeing anything that would prompt a tornado warning in Baldwin County based on the current situation. And look how bad it just got. You can barely see the edge of the pier. You could clearly see the pier earlier. Now you just see the blur of the lights. Plenty of heavy rain, gusty winds. We've got a severe thunderstorm hitting the Fairhope Pier right now. It's a real great shot here because we can see what's going on because of the lights on the pier and also the lightning strikes, but it's getting pretty obscured by all the raindrops that are going on the lens right there here tonight on Fox 10 News at 12:23 p.m.
Yes, and Jason, that is a really great shot to see, and that is what this storm has looked like across our entire area, really. It gets really intense really quickly. Just a few minutes ago, we saw that flag was absolutely flat, but now we have the storms rolling into Baldwin County. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for southern portions of Baldwin County. This includes places like Spanish Fort, Daphne, Fairhope, Robertsdale, Summerdale, Silver Hill, Foley, all the way down to places like Alberta. Seminole as well included in this, just south of the Gateswood community as well. This includes Owa, this includes Weeks Bay, the Barnwell community, Clay City, and Fairhope. Fairhope itself, all folks that are under the severe thunderstorm warning with this section of the squall line that is rolling through here. I do want to go north on the line real quick. This is northern Escambia County, Florida. Pineville, Bay Springs, Walnut Hill, Pratt, Century, McDavid. We do have some thunderstorms rolling through. Severe thunderstorm warning for far northern Escambia County in Florida. Also Santa Rosa County. Jay, you're getting some light rain showers right now. That'll become a more potent thunderstorm in just a little bit. In Wallace, Foshee right now, Little Rock as well in Escambia County, we have a very heavy band of thunderstorms that is pushing off to the east. Our friends in Bruton, very soon we will have a stronger thunderstorm that is settling in there, a part of our main squall line. Then we move north to Evergreen. Evergreen now getting hit hard by heavy rain and also gusty winds. A severe thunderstorm warning continues here. This will be continuing to move off to the east, and this stretches all the way to the Bethel community where we did have a couple tornado warnings earlier. Those have now exited our area. If we go even north, Greenville and Butler County actually already seeing still that squall line. You can see the big picture here of that squall line, a very particularly strong part of the squall line in the northern part of the FOX10 viewing area, extending north into the Montgomery viewing area as well. That is one of the biggest parts of the storm, along with our severe thunderstorm warning that we have in in Baldwin counties. This one is pushing through as the main part of the line rolls through here. Great shot again. Wow, how active it is in Fairhope right now from that Fairhope Pier camera. Lots of lightning going on there. So let's zoom in and see what's happening. Fairhope, Daphne, Montrose right now. Still watching for maybe a couple small notches there along the front leading edge of the line. But I'll tell you right now, the main threat is the gusty winds, the possibly strong winds with this from Daphne to Montrose to Fairhope. If you are in the Bell Forest community, it is raining hard right now in Lake Forest as well, near Daphne High School. This is going to be drifting off to the east. If you're along 104 and Highway 181, you're seconds away from getting some very heavy rain here. Then eventually Robertsdale, Loxley along 59. That is going to be where this thing heads next. Some very rough conditions, as you can see from the Fairhope Pier at this moment. Zooming out, well, I like to say this. I think we can do it. I want to give an all clear to pretty much 99% of Mobile County there.
Definitely. I mean, the most likelihood of severe weather is going to be right along this leading edge. And so it's in Baldwin County. It's a Baldwin County thing now. Mobile County is almost completely done with the heavy rain with the exception of the far southern part of the county. We're in moderate rain going on right now from Mobile to Saraland. There are still some lightning strikes. You're going to get some embedded lightning and thunder. A lot of that's the elevated part of the thunderstorm there. And the severe threat is over for most of Mobile County. It looks like the leading edge stretches now from Fort Morgan in Baldwin County up to Magnolia Springs and Fish River. It's right on top of Fairhope right now. Probably the most intense reflectivity we've seen with this line here in the last 20 minutes or so is occurring right there in that live picture of the Fairhope Pier. Great shot there, and the red really showing up on radar. Then you see the line not looking severe as much. There's a little gap in it where we don't have a warning because it just kind of gets messy right here, and it's not as well defined, so a little bit harder to get the gusty winds going. And then it picks back up with a warning here in Century, Florida. We're getting a severe thunderstorm moving through your area right now. It should be in the J area in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it'll be in J. And then Bruton, almost in Bruton now with a severe thunderstorm. All of Escambia County, Alabama is included in the severe thunderstorm. Right now, just checking for any rotation in this area.
New tornado warning. They went ahead and decided to issue a tornado warning with this one. So this will include right near, it looks like the circulation's right near Fairhope High School there. And that is going to be moving just to the north and east across County Road 13, across County Road, or across Highway 181 there, eventually getting to 104.
It is the east side of Fairhope.
Yes.
And so you've got Highway 98 right here, and there's a new tornado warning for this part of the storm right here. Yeah, so new tornado warning, Baldwin County, bringing it to you live on Fox 10. And this can happen at any time. We can see one of these spin up tornadoes. This is essentially the same circulation that we had over Fowl River and over Bila Battery. And so the area of concern is going to be right here along County Road 13. Is that what that is right there?
Yeah, so this is 13 right here.
Yep, and then you got Stone Creek Boulevard right there.
Yeah, Stone Creek's a little community off a little subdivision off of 181.
Yeah, we're under a tornado warning right now near Fairhope High School.
So,
and this tracking to the east, and so it's going to be a close call for Silver Hill. You're in the warning, and definitely to the south of Silver Hill along County Road 55, you are in a tornado warning as well. It looks like this thing is going to head generally in the direction of 59, and 181 stops right there at 104, so it's going to be a little south of there. But right now we've got a tornado warning up for Fairhope for the east side of Fairhope, so it's past Point Clear. It's not in Point Clear right now. It is past you, but it is tracking along County Road 32 towards County Road 55. You may be joining us for the first time tonight because your phone is going off in Baldwin County. We have a tornado warning here for Baldwin County. Specifically, the areas included in this warning are going to be Robertsdale and Summerdale and Elsinore, 104 Silver Hill, and east of Highway 98 in the Fairhope area. Now, there are parts of Fairhope that may be included in the warning, but it looks like the rotation area is already past what's going on right here along the immediate side of Mobile Bay. There is a circulation in here that is capable of producing a tornado. It's not showing up as a really tight rotation couplet on the velocity, but I think we can kind of see what the folks at the National Weather Service are seeing when we switch to reflectivity, because there is a little bit of a hook here and a circulation that is developing here. So this is the area that we're watching out for right there, and we'll be looking for a potential tornado here right to the east of Fairhope High School in Baldwin County, and it is moving to the east at about 35 miles an hour or so as it's tracking across Baldwin County. Twin Beach Road, Narrowleaf Boulevard, 181 right here, Stone Creek Boulevard. So we've got a possible tornado that's going to cross 181 and maybe doing that right now. County Road 13, 181, and then further out of it, County Road 33. You're included in this warning here from about County Road 48 south. 48, you're in the warning, and the further out you go on 48, the more likely this is going to intersect you. But I think right where 48 turns into Fairhope Avenue here, it's going to be a close call. Circulation might be a little bit south of here. There is a bit of a hook right there. Yeah. So it's a little bit underneath this banner here, but you can see it right there. And so our possible tornado is going to be about right there, and it is moving to the east. Nicholas. And
a couple of communities. So there's the Stone Creek subdivision right there. This is the Quail Creek subdivision right here off of 181 there. And then you get up to County Road 48. The Walmart on the eastern side of the Fairhope, that's where my pointer is right there. That's the Walmart on the east side of Fairhope. We're looking at this circulation. What do you need to do if you're in this part of Fairhope or if you're in Silver Hill, Summerdale, Robertsdale? I want you to get into an interior room away from windows. Don't want to be near windows, don't want to be near doors at this point. But you want to go ahead and just get into an interior room right now. We have tornado warning that's just been issued for this little notch that you see there. That little notch that you see, kind of a weaker signature right now, just near the Stone Creek subdivision. Clay City also, just north of County Road 9 there, along Fish River. That's going to be another area that we're watching. County Road 55, once you get towards Silver Hill, that's another area that we're watching, and then eventually as we get to 59. So the National Weather Service in Mobile, thanks to this thing becoming briefly stronger with that little notch that developed on reflectivity. I'll play this back for a second so you can see it. There's a little notch that developed right there, pretty much just south or near the high school there, near Founders Park. That little notch started to progress off to the north and east, crossed 181 here, and it looks like it's starting to weaken at this point. But even with that, we maintain a tornado warning for Baldwin County right now. Go ahead and seek shelter in our interior room, especially if you are in Silver Hill or Robertsdale along 55 or 59, as we do have the strongest part of the storm, the rotating part of the storm, moving your way at this moment. Looking at the velocity signature right now, even if you're along Fish River, along County Road 32, you have some weak rotation near you at this point. It looks like the tornado warning polygon cuts off right around County Road 32. So if you're south of 32, I'm going to tell you you're all clear, but just keep an eye out for what's going on. Right now, my concern is County Road 55, north of Highway 32. Once you get to Silver Hill, Silver Hill's right there where you see that little broad street, and then 59 Robertsdale as well. Again, the circulation is very, very broad, but just to give you kind of the geography of this area, that's where we're thinking for our possible rotating storm that could be producing a tornado, even though it looks like it was stronger just a bit earlier. Otherwise, Daphne, Montrose, downtown Fairhope, Point Clear, we have heavy rain happening at this moment. The tornado threat is not for Point Clear at this point. The Barnwell community, you're not in this threat as well. Downtown Fairhope, the tornado threat has passed you at this point. This is going to be a tornado threat that is now east of 181, Silver Hill, Robertsdale, Summerdale, and eventually in the polygon here, getting all the way to Elsinore, Jason.
Yeah, so we're continuing to watch a possible tornado. It is Doppler radar indicated. This is similar to the kind of setup that produced brief tornadoes earlier, we think, in southern Mobile County. And while right now the rotation is not incredibly strong, we're going to stay with this warning for a while longer. So this is where the actual tornado would be located within the red box. It does not include the heart of Fairhope or Point Clear right now. They've trimmed Fairhope out of the area of concern. It is currently located about right here. You've got Highway 104 in Silver Hill. You've got Summerdale, Robertsdale, and then tracking on off towards the east across the interior parts of Baldwin County and crossing 181. So it's going to be across the upper sections of Fish River as well. This is where Highway 98 kind of comes down and takes that bend and crosses Fish River. It's going to be a little bit north of there and then tracking out to the north of Foley around Summerdale and Robertsdale. We've got a tornado warning in your area. If you are under a tornado warning and you're within this polygon and you have location services turned on your phone, you're probably getting the alert on your phone. If you have the FOX10 weather app, you definitely are. And the Elsinore area is included in this warning too, if it holds together as it tracks across parts of Baldwin County as it moves across 59 and across the Beach Express too, which is just out to, this is the Beach Express running down here as well. So this possible tornado will cross all these areas I just mentioned: Summerdale, Robertsdale, potentially Silver Hill, and then over here as we get into the Beach Express area here, just on the east side of 59 as well. So possible tornado now well east of Fairhope High School. That's where we saw it actually initially, and it's going to be located along County Road 32. This is County Road 55. And it's close to County Road 32 and 181, and there's an Aldi there, I believe, and then it's tracking on off towards the east here, just north of County Road 28. So possible tornado here on radar. Another issue to have to deal with here late tonight on Fox 10 News a little after 12:30 in the morning. Nicholas?
Yeah, and I'm looking at this. Look at the southern end of the warning here, southern end of the polygon. We have this little area, a broader rotation. You see where the reds and greens are just slightly closer together, something that kind of has my eye. So I'm kind of leaning on the southern part of this polygon right now for any potential of rotation. Still, it's just a strong thunderstorm, and remember, our call to action to you right now, what we're telling you right now is make sure you're sheltered indoors in interior room. To give some all clears right now, if you're south of County Road 32, you're for the most part okay, except if you're right along Fish River here. I want to kind of let this thing pass. So my County Road 9, County Road 32 intersection there, my friends there, you're going to want to stay in for a little bit and make sure you're into an interior room. County Road 55, Silver Hill, let's stay sheltered for a little bit longer and see how this thing evolves over the next little bit. Your next communities in line, of course, Summerdale and Elsinore. I do have to give this real quick. I gotten a couple questions about it on our FOX10 Facebook page. Questions about Mobile County. Mobile County, all clear. That includes, let's just start going. Code N, Biola Battery, Alabama Port, Irvington, Theodore, Dawes. Let's go all the way up to Midtown, downtown, Pritchard, the Mobile Regional Airport, Magnolia Grove, Sims, Spring Hill, Big Creek, Lake Wilmer, Georgetown, Chinchula, Gulf Crest, Saraland, Satsuma, Chickasaw, Salco, Chastang, all the way up to Mount Vernon. We are all clear at this point in Mobile. We just have some rain that is going on. If you are in Baldwin County, Foley, Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Alberta as well, you have severe thunderstorms that are still rolling in. We have a tornado warning that continues for Summerdale, Robertsdale, Silver Hill. We're watching that very closely. Possibly Summerdale here along 59 there, the intersection of 59 and 32, something we're going to watch kind of closely for this possible rotation there. You can kind of see that with the reds and greens that are right next to each other there, or very close to each other near along Fish River. That is our tornado warning concern at this time. I'm going to zoom out and look north and look at our inland areas. If you're in Bruton right now, you have a severe thunderstorm that is rolling through your area. I want to clarify something, that a damage report that I mentioned earlier. A storm damage was reported by the Escambia County, Alabama EMA director with some cabins that had a large portion of the metal roof torn off. That was with our earlier storms, not with this round of storms. That was with the earlier storms. But right now in Bruton, you have another round of storms rolling through here. This is a very strong, severe thunderstorm, possibly producing gusty winds, and then also heavy rain, as you can see, and lots of frequent lightning as well. That's pushing off to the east. Let's move over to Evergreen, Castleberry. This is in Conecuh County. This is the far northern extent of the FOX10 viewing area. We do still have strong thunderstorms, a severe thunderstorm warning that has been issued. This is now crossed Interstate 65. I mean, the hardest part, the strongest part of this squall line is crossed Interstate 65, now pushing off to the east. Still, it's going to take a second, but it is starting to clear out there. We still have severe thunderstorm warning in place. Monroe County, Clark County, Washington County, and Baldwin County north of Interstate 65. I'll go ahead and give you the all clear there. For us that are in northwest Florida, southern Baldwin County, eastern Escambia County, far eastern Conecuh County, we do still have a severe weather threat as the leading edge of the squall line is still trying to get its way towards us. I have a quick reminder for you as well. If you have any damage reports to send along to us, you can send them in on the FOX10 weather app, because I know we have had some examples of things, a couple of radar confirmed tornadoes, a few radar confirmed tornadoes that we saw today over the course of the day. If you have any damage to report, head to the FOX10 weather app. There's a way for you to submit your pictures and videos. If you have any pictures of damage, please make sure that you send those in so we can get those damage pictures as well. So to reset again, we have an active tornado warning for Baldwin County right now. The notch is still evident on radar. This is passing just along very near Silver Hill, also Summerdale, about to cross Highway 59 in Baldwin County, Summerdale, Robertsdale. The next community in line will be Elsinore here. There's the radar, and you can see the reflectivity and some kind of notch there along County Road 55 there. That is the area that we are watching of rotation. Looks a little bit tighter now.
Yeah, it's right there at County Road 32 and County Road 55, about right here. This is the area I've been concerned with the most. And so it's bearing down on Summerdale. It is tracking to the east very quickly, and it won't be long. This will be crossing over Summerdale and the Baldwin Beach Express. So this will be an area where we could see enough rotation for a possible tornado there. If you're in this polygon, I feel better about the situation in Robertsdale, but I'm more concerned about the situation in Summerdale. As Nicholas was pointing out, it looks like the southern part of this polygon is the part of it that we're going to be most worried about, because rotation seems to be a little better formed right here, just on the west side of Summerdale. So that's going to be County Road 32 and 55, and it is tracking across Highway 59. It's going to do that very rapidly, just a matter of minutes. It'll skip across the Beach Express, and then it'll be tracking in the direction of Elsinore, and it will be basically paralleling County Road 32 as it moves along this area. So we are looking at Baldwin County now well east of Fairhope. Obviously some very heavy rain in Fairhope right now and some lightning, but we are done with the tornadic part of this potential circulation. It is now more over to the east of Fairhope and bearing down on Summerdale with this. We've got it in the long range. If it holds together, it would be in Elsinore at 12:55. So that shows you how fast it's moving. It's 12:43 right now. We've got it in Elsinore in a matter of about 12 minutes. So this is going to quickly move across Baldwin County. There is the area of concern there. Looking at the correlation coefficient here for possible debris, we don't see anything that stands out as a guaranteed debris ball right now. It's very noisy right there, but it's certainly an area to watch because we have some rotation. This is also a cell is starting to get embedded as things are breaking out ahead of it here. So there's kind of a messy look to the radar right now. On the reflectivity, you'll see it's not like there's a clearly defined edge. We actually have some thunderstorms that are starting to develop ahead of the circulation, but it is definitely showing up as a rotation area here on our velocity product, which is one of the ways we see tornadoes. We can tell when the particles are going towards or away from the radar right next to each other, and Nicholas has it pointed out there with a pointer tool. So possible tornado in Baldwin County, and we say possible, we are under a tornado warning. It's most likely occurring closer to Summerdale than Robertsdale, the way things are presenting right now on radar. The northern edge of this warning up towards Wilcox and along I-10, a little less likely to be impacted as well until you get a little further along, you get closer to the Seminole area here and a little further along past the Styx River on Interstate 10. So we're more concerned about the southern edge of this. We'll keep watching and tracking. So some of the areas that are included would be County Road 73 coming down on the east side of Summerdale, County Road 71 here. We've got areas to the south of Couch Plant Road, and checking out Summerdale, we've got a number of areas. It could the Summerdale Public Library. We've got Dan's Diner right there. We've got Summerdale Elementary School, which is out on the east side of town as well. So a good portion of this area is going to be included in this warning. We've got to watch out for a possible tornado coming over Summerdale here imminently. This is the volume scan, the most recent volume scan we have on radar. But keep in mind there can be a little delay, so most likely that rotation area is pretty much right on top of Summerdale presently. Once it passes over Summerdale, it's going to be in the area of the Baldwin Beach Express, and it looks like near Greenwood Road as it tracks on off to the east. So that's going to get it out in this area here on the east side, somewhere right along or just north of County Road 32 here on the Baldwin Beach Express. So we are looking at some rotation here on radar. We do not have a tornado debris signature, but we definitely have some rotation there. Nicholas?
Yeah, and just keeping an eye on this. This is now, as you can see, just a little bit tighter than it has been previously. Right now, located just past County Road 55, probably crossing 59 at this moment. You no need to be driving along 59. And if you are along the Beach Express, there are only a couple houses really along Beach Express, unless you get on some of the side roads there. Let me zoom in to some of the side roads so you can see this. There's County Road 36, and it looks like the main part of the circulation has just gone over the center of Summerdale, and this is starting to look a little bit more intense here. Not seeing anything on the... You're seeing it on CC?
A little bit.
Let me see here.
Yeah, it would be on the north side of town or of Summerdale proper.
I'll check that as well. But either way, if you're near Summerdale, Elsinore, right now you need to be heading to a safe place. It's a small room on the lowest floor of your home. You want to be in a site-built structure. You want to get yourself away from windows. You do not want to be near windows at this moment. Again, it looks like we could have had, or we could have a tightening circulation right now near Summerdale. This is going to be crossing the Baldwin Beach Express. This is south of the 90 intersection of Baldwin Beach Express, kind of giving you road by road play here. County Road 38 here, just to the east of Baldwin Beach Express. Then our next county road in line is County Road 87. Try to get some of these community roads here. Downing Road, Rustic Road, Felix Hill Road, Hannah Road, Heidelberg Road, and then we get to Elsinore, the Elsinore community along 90 there. Elsinore, let's go ahead and get into our safe place as soon as we can. This looks like one of our stronger circulations that we've had. This circulation seems to have gone kind of on the northern side of Summerdale. Jackson Avenue is like kind of your central, and Broadway, your central roads on Summerdale might be on the northern side of that. We do have a couple parks that are located on the northern side of Summerdale as well. Crossing northeast 7th Street, and then crossing County Road 73 and then 36 there. And then eventually our next one is 87 after this thing crosses Baldwin Beach Express. This is also very near the Naval Outlying Field in Summerdale there, kind of an open field area there. And then eventually this gets to a little bit more of a forested area as it gets closer to Elsinore. It goes through some forested area along Highway 38, Downing Road, Shamrock Road. There's a few houses there, and then eventually towards Elsinore once it gets towards 90. So again, if you're in Baldwin County, if you know anybody near the Elsinore community, make sure that they are seeking shelter. I can go ahead and give an all clear to Fish River, Point Clear, Barnwell, Clay City, Fairhope, Montrose, and Daphne for the tornado threat. Still have a strong thunderstorm going on at this moment. Correlation coefficient, not seeing much of anything at this moment. On our system, Jason, you see anything on radar scope?
Still one or two suspicious pixels here.
Okay.
About where the D is in Summerdale, about right where you have the actual rotation area, the peak of the rotation. In one volume scan, I did see something right in through here. So it would be just along or to the east of Summerdale, bearing down on the Beach Express. Now ahead of it, we've got County Road 83 and County Road 36. That's an area that this will likely go right over. County Road 38 is another area I'm concerned about, all the way over to County Road 87 south of Elsinore. So possible tornado crossing the Beach Express and tracking along County Road 38 and County Road 87 in Elsinore. It is moving to the east at about 35 miles an hour, so it is a very fast moving circulation, and it won't take long to get over into the Elsinore area. It looks like it's going to be a little to the south of Glass and Spivey Road, which is right there, and then ultimately it could make it over towards Greek Cemetery as well. We'll also be watching out around Collier Road and some of these areas here up along Highway 90. So other areas to watch out for this circulation. Did we just get a new volume scan coming in? Did it just update? It still looks like the rotation's kind of holding it right there on the north side of Somerdale, maybe a little bit to the northeast of Somerdale.
Yeah, and once this thing gets to 38, there's a little mobile home park here, Winter Sioux Mobile Home Park, that's just off of County Road 38. Looking there, you want to try to find, if you can, a site built structure, but at this point you just need to make sure you're hunkering down there. This is going to be a really strong storm for you along County Road 38 there. Then next road in line, County Road 87. 87 meets 90. That is Elsinore, and that is the area that we're going to be looking at, of course, as this circulation continues to go on. We're really zeroing in on this. Right now we're zeroing in on this because this seems to be our main circulation, our main area right now that we're focusing on. We have severe thunderstorm warnings that continue for Bruton, Jay, Century, but those do not have a tornado threat at this very moment. So just keeping an eye on things once again. And Jason over here showing me something real quick.
That pixel right there, just on the west side of the east side of Somerdale, might be a little TDS. So,
and our system's still kind of trying to figure that out, but it does look like we could have that. We're looking at one of our radars on our phones there, that we might have had a small little pixel picking up something interesting there. But again, right now our main focus is that make sure that you're sheltered in the Elsinore community at this point. Highway 90 between Baldwin Beach Express and Seminole. Essentially.
Right.
Go ahead and make sure that you're not driving there. You want to be in a structured home at this point. And then at this point, eventually going to start to keep an eye on I-10 near County Road 87.
Yeah, let's go back into the heart of the circulation here. It looks like it's maybe slowed a little in its forward speed. It is past Somerdale, so Somerdale is right here. And so your circulation area is going to be right in through there. Let's check that debris tracker one more time, see if anything's showing up. Not compared to what I was seeing on my phone. I don't think any of this is anything that would be a guaranteed tornado debris signature, but our rotation's going to be at the Beach Express in 36, so it's past Somerdale now. There is a hook showing up on reflectivity right there. It is subtle, but if you look at it right there, there is your hook, and you can see that the National Weather Service has also noted a tornado debris signature just east of Somerdale, just east of 59. So the area that I was talking about with Nicholas right here saw a couple of pixels that were suspicious on radar scope just on the west side of Baldwin Beach Express, and so that is moving to the east, and that's where we might be seeing a tornado at least briefly touching down here in Baldwin County. And we do have the rotation that shows up on velocity that is supporting that. All right, new volume scan just came in. This thing's almost to Greek Cemetery Road, so it's quickly tracking across between 59, probably on the southern edge of Glass and Spivey Road, and about to get to County Road 87 in Elsinore. It looks like it'll cross 87 first, so that's going to be a little to the south of Mallmaw's Market, which is right here in Elsinore, and this could be a close call for that. Heidelberg Road is also included in this warning, and this is County Road 87 or Cowpen Creek Road, and then past that you've got Greek Cemetery that actually comes to the south, bends back to the east, heads back down to the south, and then terminates. It does not go all the way through to make it to Alberta. So we've got a possible tornado here. We've seen a potential tornado debris signature. The National Weather Service is definitely going to stay with this warning for a while longer, with the possibility of a little debris around the east side of Somerdale. Hopefully that was a false report, but it did show up. I saw it myself. So it wasn't a very substantial TDS, but there was something there. This is where we're most concerned about it, this part of the circulation there. It's a little bit under the banner, but it's tracking on off to the east and, right around County Road 38 here. and from Hardin Lane here, and then moving very close to Elsinore. It's quickly advancing on off to the east. You're not going to see a tornado here. It's more likely going to be right out here on the leading edge of it. That's the most likely scenario. So we had seen some of the pixels where you had a TDS somewhere between the E and Somerdale and Baldwin Beach Express. Now it looks like whatever's happening is going to be a little further along, possibly up in this little pocket right here. And what's most likely occurring is that we're seeing very, very brief, weak, spin-up tornadoes along the squall line. That happens a lot. They are difficult to see. We're doing our very best here with the technology that we have to pinpoint these, show you areas we're most concerned about along this line. There are a lot of areas that are now in the all clear in our forecast area. That includes all of Mobile County. That includes Greene and George and Jackson counties of Mississippi. That includes Washington County and Clark County. The leading edge is past you. The most likelihood of a tornadic situation or circulation is going to be right along the leading edge of the thunderstorms, and that is occurring right now in Baldwin County, and we do have a warning here for the Elsinore area. Nicholas?
Yeah, and I want to kind of get some folks' bearings just looking at the comments. We've been really zoomed in, kind of going street level for a little bit. If you're in Elsinore, please stay sheltered. We do still have that circulation moving your way. I do just kind of have to get our bearings real quick and start to give some all clears. Of course, all clear in Mobile right now. You do not have to worry about anything. This line that you see right here that I'm pointing out with my pointer, that was the squall line. That was the last hurrah of this system as it moves across our area. Therefore, once it has passed you, you have the light moderate rain that's falling, your severe weather threat is over. So again, anywhere from a line from Atmore to Bay Minette to Daphne to downtown Fairhope to Dauphin Island, that is an all clear, good to go for points west of that. That includes Mobile County, all of our Mississippi counties. Go to sleep, have a great night. However, if you're in Baldwin County, we do still have to keep a close eye on things. I'm going to zoom in to our Elsinore tornado warning that we have. If you are south of 32, County Road 32 in Baldwin County, I'm not as worried about you at this point with our tornado warning. The tornado warning seems to be right along now 90, and of course the County Road 87 that we were talking about near Elsinore. There's a good intersection there, Joe Foley Road, Mama's Country Market, Highway 90 there, Highway 87, County Road 87, excuse me. There's a few homes that are there, so just keep that in mind. Also, there's a bend in Coiler Road, I believe that is, and let me get a couple other street names here. 87 overall. Brewer Road and Elsinore Volunteer Fire Department. That's where that circulation is at this point. Just stay sheltered in an interior room for a little longer. Let this thing pass. You're going to get some heavy rain for just a little bit there, and that is going to pass along off to the east. Just hold on for a little bit longer. If you are in the Gateswood community right now, you have some heavy rain along Alabama 112, and switching over to Escambia County, northern Escambia County, north of Molino, McDavid, all the way up to Century along Highway 29 there. You do have very heavy rain, a severe thunderstorm warning that is going on there. And then, of course, Jay, Florida. Look at that little burst of lightning there near Century and Jay, Florida as well. So strong thunderstorm rolling through there. Bruton, we still have a thunderstorm, a severe thunderstorm rolling through your area. Bruton right now, still some heavy rain. This will continue to move off to the east. Once that heavy rain stops, then we can give you the all clear there very soon. Evergreen, let's go ahead and do it. I can pretty much give you the all clear. This is waning for you at this point, and the main line of thunderstorms is now far to the eastern portions of Conecuh County here. So now I'm going to give this an all clear for folks that are east, or excuse me, an all clear for folks that are west of Interstate 65. That includes Monroe County, Clark County, Washington County, Jackson, George, Greene counties, and Mobile County as well, west of Interstate 65. Right now, we do have severe weather threat that includes southern Baldwin County, also Escambia County, Florida, and then eventually this will continue all the way through Santa Rosa and Okaloosa counties over the next little bit here. Here's the deal right now. We do have a tornado warning that continues for Elsinore. We have a little notch in the line here. Also looking down the line, a couple weaker notches, but it looks like our main concern still is the one 90 County Road 87 near Elsinore. We're waiting for our new volume scan, but for right now, we want you to stay sheltered. Boom. There we go. It looks like we have dropped the warning there for the Elsinore community. That circulation has weakened. So now that we have dropped the tornado warning for Elsinore, want to let you know that you still have a severe thunderstorm warning that is going on. Our tornado threat in the Elsinore community is waning. If you happen to be in the Summerdale community and have seen any damage from the reports earlier, maybe we saw a brief TDS, please let us know. Comments, email, FOX10 weather app with photo submission. Please let us know. If you're in Fairhope and you saw anything interesting with this tornado warning, please let us know as well on the FOX10 weather app. Turkey Branch in Fairhope, right now, just looking at some of the comments here, it is starting to end. I would go ahead and say Fish River, Barnwell, County Road 181 in Baldwin County, Fairhope, downtown, Fairhope High School, Fly Creek, Turkey Branch, Clay City, Daphne, Bell Forest, Daphne High School, Bayfront Park, Lake Forest, Malbus, Spanish Fort High School, Spanish Fort. We can go ahead and give you the all clear there. The main line is now moving into far eastern portions of Baldwin County. Right now,
yeah, that tornado warning looks like it's dropped.
So so tornado warning is dropped for Baldwin County. We keep with our severe thunderstorm warnings as this stuff pushes now through Northwest Florida.
The rotation is pretty much gone in Baldwin County right there where we had that warning. So the tornado warning is over with for the Elsinore and Summerdale areas. We have a number of counties that have been dropped out of the tornado watch. Nicholas just did an excellent job telling you the areas that are clear and the areas that are still active. Right now, we do not have any active tornado warnings in our area. We still have a very strong to severe thunderstorm crossing Baldwin County. It is getting closer to Pensacola. We're also seeing this thunderstorm extending all the way up into Connecticut County. So that's an update here from the Storm Tracker Center. We've been on for a couple of hours here. We've had a number of tornado warnings that we've brought to you. If we see anything that looks suspicious that may become a tornado, we're going to break in and let you know what's happening. We're also going to continue to monitor these severe thunderstorms as they move across parts of Escambia County, Florida. Looks like the leading edge is almost completely past Bruton, though, so things are starting to improve over about half the area. Still a very potent thunderstorm that is moving across our area, and we're going to watch it for rotation and keep an eye on it here overnight on Fox 10 News.